Squad, what's up? So we are doing a shamelessly shedding reading for all of you with my Year of the Snake Oracle deck here. Isn't it so cute? Shamelessly shedding Oracle. So we're gonna get into this energy reading here. This is gonna be for all 12 signs. Psychic Tarot. If there's anybody in the chat or watching the replay back, if you wouldn't mind putting timestamps in there for me, that is my shameless ask, babies. If you would be so kind and generous to do that here specifically. Now, for those of you that are new, what we're going to get into is I'm going to pull cards on the collective energy first and foremost. Then we're going to go through all 12 signs, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about like what you need to shed this year. I've been wanting to do this for a while, so thank you all returning subscribers and members for supporting me and your patience here and always showing up for me on the channel too. If you would like early access to content, consider becoming a member at Subu. You might be kind of annoyed with your electronics right now because I'm like having to move my mic a little bit. It's Mercury retrograde, all the things here, Shameless Squad. So make sure if you're new, like, subscribe, always support, comment down below too. I'm just making sure. I see like 4 in the chat, so I just want to make sure if this is working, or there was 4 and then there wasn't. So I don't really know here. But hopefully all of you can hear me okay. I'm just going to be going briefly through a short reading here, okay? Hello, new today. Thank you for being here. Shameless Squad, thank you to in the chat who's ever liking this. I appreciate you. Let's discuss a couple things for the collective reading here with the messages. I also have like an eyelash like falling down in my eye here, so pay attention to like your eyes, your vision, your sight during this time, your foresight, your intuition. Maybe there's something about that for some of you, or like your dreams, or maybe you're scrying here during this time, or doing some things, opening up your third eye overall. But that is a message for some of you. Maybe you've got Aries in your chart because Aries do represent the eyes. And pay attention, I'm hearing to like adrenal fatigue here as well. I've also got my glare glasses on. So what we're going to get into this reading today is I received a couple messages from Spirit prior to going live with all of you. 10:30 in India. I love that. Thank you for being here. And thank you to everybody in the chat being here too. But prior to your reading, I was thinking about this read, and Spirit just like came through with some messages. So take what resonates with you. This is a general reading. This is not a one-to-one reading. There are so many different people on this channel here for collective energies, so it's not all meant to resonate for you. But with collective energies, Spirit was coming through and giving me a couple different messages here and chatting with me that I was channeling before your reading. One of them was the movie Someone Great, and they gave me a specific like movie quote from that here, and they talked about like how God, what was the line if I could remember? I was in the shower when Spirit came through, so I was like, oh gosh, I hope I can remember this for all of you here. This is something where I was discussing and chatting with Spirit, and the message was like something about doing right or doing right by you, or in those energies more or less here. And then I was like, oh, it's interesting that they're giving me the movie Someone Great here, but Spirit wanted you to know that you are that someone great here. And so the general collective in this year, the snake, Spirit's asking you to remember how great you are during this time, and to shamelessly shed these relationships or people or whomever that may not be the best for you. That was one message I got prior to this reading for the collective here. So maybe you need to go watch Someone Great. I don't know. Remember just how great you are, and everything that you've done this year and what you've shown up for yourself or others, or the great things that you're doing. Another message that Spirit came through with, it was like the colors red and orange here could be significant to you. So like your root chakra, your sacral chakra. So you might be like, have, gone through this shedding of the snake this year. And this is where you're kind of regrounding yourself, redoing some things, and like allowing yourself to really call in that balance and that play of divine masculine and feminine energies here overall, Shameless Squad. So there's something about that specifically for someone out here. I don't know, maybe red or orange is your favorite color here, but it's like really kind of starting over is what they gave me. So some of you are like moving into this energy very beautifully prior to next year, which I really love for all of you. Thank you for everyone in the chat. And Now you look gym fit earlier. Your face looked bloated. I don't know how to really take that new today. If we could just keep the chat to topic and not my appearance here, that would be lovely. Thank you. Let's discuss something specifically overall. Um, when it comes to this as well, and I have my period and I'm doing my shamelessly shedding read. So there you go. There's that for you. So your girl's gonna be bloated. And I don't know why it's 2025. Maybe some of you need to shamelessly shed people who like to comment on women's body image or appearance or on your appearance here. And they may just not be the best people around you during this time. So anyway, says more about them than it does about you. But I'm trying to focus on this reading for you all. And I'm trying to channel for you all with this too. So we're going to get into some general collective messages with the readings here specifically. And then we'll go through different signs overall. So these will be short, sweet, shameless here. I'm going to see how much I can really get through. And I want to make sure that I do give the energy here overall. So make sure if you're new, like, subscribe, and let me know what resonates in the comments below. But this is going to be for the collective. Some of you do need to cleanse. You need to cleanse your home. You need to clean up your desk here. You need to get the dirt off your desk. You need to declutter. And I'm hearing like feng shui here specifically. The corners of your house or just your home or your space here overall. So maybe shamelessly shedding for the collective right now is like the stuff. What are the most important messages for the collective here, please, Spirit? Most important messages, please. Okay. We'll read them in a minute. I just want to get all three here and just the energies for the collective. Okay, so with this shamelessly shedding read, this is what you need to move through, Spirit is saying with this reading here overall. The top three cards here, okay, very interesting. First card out is the want to post for others validation here. So for some of you, I don't know if you work in the public eye here. I don't know if you specifically like are on social media here, but it's like you might be trying to post certain things or do things to validate others here or to receive something, and it's not necessarily genuine. And you're being called to create from that genuine, like sacral, fun, pleasurable solar plexus chakra here. Oh, solar plexus, I was going to say sacral, but okay, moving on up to like know what it is that you want to be able to do. Overall, some of you need to shamelessly shed not supporting people when you see what they are doing here, or it's 11:11 too. Maybe this is like you've had these dreams, these wishes, these manifestations, these hopes here. And there's these people around you, Shameless Squad, that like they don't like your stuff or they don't support you or they scroll past your stuff like on social media in particular. And they're just like, I don't want to support that, or, oh, you're doing that now. And they're really being judgmental and shaming you, evil eyeing you and gossiping about you. And I feel like these are the people I'm hearing like the audacity. Yeah. It's kind of like they aren't even doing what you could do here specifically. So it's kind of like you need to shed and outgrow these people when they are not, when you know that they say this in conversation. So Spirit's saying like pay attention to people's words during this time in conversations and communications. It's kind of like that energy of like they're showing me, okay, like a group of people here that are talking and they're kind of like, yeah, I see their posts, but like I don't like them or I don't really like what they're doing. And they're kind of like, ooh, this is something specifically here overall where it's just like, what? And so this is something where you're kind of like, I'm out with the old with these people who are non-supportive here, or they might even just out themselves around you here. And the next card says out with the old, in with the new. Some people come out of the blue here, and that is something that you're shamelessly shedding. These relationships, this could be work, this could be love, this could be partnerships, this could be relationships with people as well, just in general here. For some of you, I do see this being family members, and for others of you, this is just like people who aren't growing here, people who aren't working on themselves, people who aren't actually changing. They're telling me like their mindset, how they look at things in life, how they're replaying the same narratives or stories in your head. And they're saying like, watch out for people. Okay, that's interesting. So for some of you, this might be people and how they speak about money, or for coworkers or colleagues. So just take what resonates with you. I don't know who this part of the read will really resonate for. I'm just getting into the collective energies. We'll get into all 12 signs, but this is kind of like when somebody talks negatively about money. Like an example might be like, oh, rich people are bad or whatever. And then they shame and blame them. And then they don't realize that they're being abusive, when it's like, no, that's all or nothing thinking. That's a distortion. That's a thinking error here. There are good people out there who have wealth or have money or whatever. This could also be someone who is in like either your friend groups or a coworker, a colleague, or a family member that will say certain things like, well, I'm broke. And it's like, well, do you realize your words cast spells? And so someone here needs to stop cursing themselves here, because that's what you're doing. And Spirit showing me like, a black energetic orb and bubble around somebody, and there's like money that wants to be sent to you, but you're almost like, by you saying that vibrationally, you're not energetically open to receiving, and you're not matching that frequency here overall. And so for some of you, you've moved through these energies, and others of you, different timelines, are having to move towards this specifically. And you're kind of seeing, wow, this person speaks ill will about like money or the rich or certain kinds of things, and it's kind of this very cognitive distortion like energy. And if you don't know what that means, or thinking errors, give it a Google here. It's something to be very mindful of, but I feel like for some of you, you're gonna be matched with people that are like on this energetic like vibrational level where it's like, oh my God, I just get you, you just get me here, right? And yeah, now the song is like coming in my head, like coming to terms, starting to learn this ain't all it's wrapped up to be. I'm using you, you're using me. So some of you might have like a transactional relationship. For others of you, this could be with a partner or a lover here. That song's by Carolina Liar. So this person could be a liar, and they could be like, I don't do that, or I'm in denial, or I don't say those things, but they don't actually slow the F down to realize, well, no, bitch, you said that. I heard you. What? We are not a good match here. Right? And 1212 is a number you could be seeing because you're moving into this abundance here, and Spirit's warning some of you to not block a blessing with that. When you see 1212, that is you moving on to a better timeline here. The overall energy that you need to shamelessly shed for the collective on the channel, whomever will resonate with these parts of the read, because this is just the collective part, for all 12 signs, is seeking outside of yourself for the answers. So Spirit's asking you to trust your intuition. You wouldn't have gone through this major, shedding and year of the snake and death and rebirth and transformation if, Spirit didn't think you couldn't handle the changes that were ahead. So those of you that have been growing and learning lessons and applying the lessons and holding yourself accountable and truly like moving forward on things and not necessarily like biting anybody in the process like a snake would, right? You're just like moving on. Spirit's asking you to be like that sea snake and trust your intuition, but don't bite anybody here, okay? Very beautiful, Shameless Squad. Thank you all for the 4 likes. Let's clarify these. Some of you are burnt out, so you're like sick of posting for validation. I'm hearing fuck it. So you're like just like fuck it and find out energy. Or you're just kind of like, I want to post what I want to post, and this is what I'm going to try and what I'm going to do here. So that's something you're shamelessly shedding. And I see it being really good for you, actually, more authentic. Yeah, 10 of Swords. Some of you are tired. Some of you might need to take a social media break or a rest. For others of you, this 10 of Swords is like you're closing up this major cycle, or maybe even of heartbreak. And for some of you, I'm hearing you want to post about like certain things, about experiences that you've gone through, cycles, but I'm hearing it more so with relationships with this card, cycles that you've had to really close, things that you've had to work on here and really release yourself from and free yourself from. But you're like rerouting and rewilding yourself here overall. And for others of you, it's like you're taking out this, and this is what I was going to say. Like, you're taking out this sword. You see how this person is holding the sword here? You're this person that's like, I'm taking this sword out of my heart and I'm going to speak my truth. It's like Ace of Swords energy here to move on into brand new beginnings into the next year. And so for some of you, I feel like you're just going to be posting what you're going to be posting, and you're going to just be vulnerable and authentic about it. Like if you went through a breakup, or if you had a tough friendship breakup or a family member breakup, or an ex came back or whatever, Spirit's saying don't post negatively about them, just share your experiences. And if you do say something like about them, just, you know, say what they said and just say, hey, I am just being shamelessly honest with this. I'm not doing this to make this person look negative or bad or seeking any validation for this. I just want to share all the trauma, all the pain, all the upset, all the heartache that I've really been through here, because it feels like that. Yeah, to call in better people, to expand and to grow into new energies here overall. So this is something where this specifically is going to be good for you. You're actually going to get like 3 people approach you here and be like, wow, I loved your story. I love that you said this. I love that you shared this, because like I aligned with you. Pay attention to lizards or geckos during this time here. But 4 of Pentacles in the reverse. Some of you were dealing with a very greedy person here, and there's opossums on this card. So this person, possums typically represent trying to play dead. So this person plays dead, and then they come around. And when they come back around, Shameless Squad, they come back to get something from you. Don't let them. King of Cups, yeah. And Ace of Cups here. Very beautiful. For some of you, this could have been someone you were married to. 4 Wands in the reverse here. And the King of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Like, stay in your emotional lane with this, but be emotionally intelligent enough to know what will be appropriate and like not appropriate to post on social media. And I don't usually use that word appropriate, but it's like how much versus how little. Red finches could also be very significant to you, and crows, as well as dragonflies. Tell me about shamelessly shedding, not supporting people when they see what you're doing or what they're doing. Like, you need to shamelessly shed this. Like, if you're evil lying posts from other people, Shameless Squad, some of you are, and you're not liking, you're not commenting, you're not saying thank you, or you're not giving credit where it's due. For others of you, you have been on the opposite receiving end of these energies, and this is what you need to close up. That was the Judgment card, but it came up in the upright here, so we're going to take it that way because it hit the mic, but it flipped out in the reverse. So again, there's kind of like that opposite energies here with it popping out that way, Scorpio, but this could also be something where this is occurring during Scorpio season here too. And if you're thinking about somebody and wondering if they're doing this, you're going to see an angel number, feather wings, red flowers, or even like a rodent here, if you pay attention to the signs, okay? And you're almost like, give it up to the universe. Like, I don't wish ill will on them, but this is something where you might be like, okay, I'm calling upon this deity or God or goddess or whatever to do a justice spell. I don't wish ill will on them, and I just want them to be able to receive, you know, anything that they sent to me here. Page of Wands, yeah, and I said justice spell here overall, and there's fire, so you could be doing candle magic. You could be hearing about this from a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or maybe even a Cancer here is exposing this, but I see you being successful, moving on from these energies, moving away. You could also hear about this, like maybe you're traveling in like from groups or family or vacations or friendships here. Some of you, the goddess Freya could be very significant to you, or Hecate for others of you. This is something where Spirit's also saying, pay attention to the moon cycles here during this time with these energies. You could be dealing with the Scorpio, Cancer. You could have it in your chart. They could have it in their chart here. But anything that people wished like not for you, this evil eye energy, I see you only getting success, and meanwhile they're going backwards with this. The Hierophant, sibling sign energy, Taurus in the reverse here overall. You could be a Taurus here as well, but this is someone who didn't want you to be successful and wanted you to lose everything. Meanwhile, you're winning here. What did I say about success? What did I say about moving? You see how this Ace of Pentacles has a house in the background in this deck? Some people don't know that. You're moving away from these individuals crystals, and you're like alchemizing this energy with the spider web goddess Arachne, like weaving the webs of your fate here. And this is you also needing to move on and away from these individuals. It's like when people don't support you, you share it, you talk about it, you don't out the person, but you put it into something, you discuss it with others, and then others are like, oh my gosh, you've experienced that too. And you're like, wow, like I'm so grateful that now I'm finding better people. Tell us about these new people coming into the collective's lives. Ten of Cups. You're going to be happy here. Okay. This is better. This is chosen family. Lots of friends here overall. You could be a part of the queer community, the LGBTQ plus community here. But these, okay, that's interesting. These new relationships are ripe for the picking here. So it's kind of like you have a field of, okay, field of dreams could be significant to you. For others of you, this could also be like, you have a field of choices, a field of options, a field of people that are coming in to really cheer you on, be happy with you, be excited with you, be this family with you. And I'm hearing no place like home. So again, and there's a house in this Ten of Cups energy, but it's like you might be feeling just like you're moving into this soul family and these people here. Orange cats and black and white dogs. Also, I just saw a yellow lab, so that could be significant to you as well. But the Magician card in the reverse and the Seven of Swords in the reverse and the Page of Swords in the reverse. Spirit's saying get rid of these people. The Knight of Swords in the upright here. This is all because these individuals were monitoring spirits here. The Page of Swords is a lurker. They're a monitoring spirit. And see how that one comes out of my hand here? Spirit's saying like drop it. And you have the Knight of Swords here of someone that's more mature, someone that's mentally like on your level, someone that understands where you come from when you speak here overall. Yeah, and this Page of Swords is still in the reverse when I pick it back up here. Gemini, Virgo energy, but for some of you, these were people who were sneaky, trying to be clever, trying to be cunning here, trying to watch your every move here and almost like steal your ideas, steal your thoughts, steal the way you communicated because of the throat chakra here and me like coughing. Like I see someone here was trying to steal your plan here, but it didn't actually work out here. You could be working with the goddesses that work with apples too, with your fertility and success. And these individuals aren't actually going to get it here. Okay. Let's clarify. Hi, David Valley. You're funny in the chat. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I hope this read resonates. Definitely like this video. Shameless spot and support. Okay, seeking outside yourself for the answers. The Moon card. What did I say? Trust your intuition overall. Some of you might need to tap into like where your Pisces house is in your birth chart here. But this is like by you trusting your intuition, by you understanding your moon cycles or maybe even your moon sign here. This is moving forward and knowing that you are very wise, you're very strong, you're very capable. The wolves in this card signify knowledge here as well. And the lobsters signify abundance here. So I really love that that's showing up for you. I don't feel the need to clarify that anymore. The Hanged Man energy in the reverse, which is also Piscean energy. So some of you need to really trust your gut, need to trust your gut feelings, need to really, sit down, ground your energies, not isolate, not just go within during retrograde season or go within during the holidays or just hide yourself from people, but really like be in the spaces and places with these individuals who might also be able to help pull that intuition out of you in a sense, if that makes sense. Like people who really, I'm hearing like inspire you, really want to connect with you, really want to give back to you and like pour into you during this time. Queen of Pentacles, money, success, abundance, King of Cups, cutting the deck here again. So again, better people, more money, and abundance of fertility too here. And spirits like drop any fools who truly tried to like fuck up your new beginnings, okay? Page of Cups. They're showing up as childish, emotionally immature. They couldn't even try to do what you're doing, okay? Your Aquarius goat sign or Capricorn goat, but you know what I mean. I love that. Randy Michael, you're a creep and you can get off my channel here. Okay? We don't tolerate you. We're done. And spirit will never steer you wrong. Misaligned souls do. So funny how I said that with the creeper in the chat here. Now, Scorpio, please. Okay. Happy birthday, Scorpios out there too, by the way. This one came out in the reverse, but we're going to read it in the upright. The first thing that Scorpios you need to shed is shame, actions, behaviors, communication, and defenses here. One of the biggest ones is like jumping in and giving people advice or feedback when they're not even asking for it. They don't want that. They don't want you to do that. Another one could be like, oh my gosh, the fawning, the freezing, the flighting, whatever. Those are trauma responses here. For others of you, this is like being defensive in situations here overall, and you need to release this and let this go. For some of you, you need to work on shameless communication here specifically, not shameful. So really working on like healthy communication skills. Some of you need to let go of like releasing, putting people on a pedestal, thinking they're better than they actually are on a soul level when you've kind of like seen through them here, and then let people learn their own lessons when you've already tried to help them. So Scorpio, you are this energy of the underworld, Pluto, death, rebirth, transformation. And I feel like this card is literally like a scorpionic energy. You could legit like don't need to help these individuals when you've said things over and over and over and over again. And maybe in some way, for some of you, this is just the message coming through. You almost get off by maybe people putting you on a pedestal here when you notice that maybe they have experienced a lot of little t trauma or shame or abuse or defensiveness or those types of actions here. And I see you needing to let it go. And the idea, you need to shamelessly shed the idea that it's not okay to cry in front of others when it is. Stop running away from your emotions and feel them. So Spirit's kind of giving you a bitch slap here, Scorpios. I'm not going to lie. David, I am a Cancer sun, Pisces moon, and a Capricorn rising here. So Daddy Saturn is my chart dominator. You've clearly mastered some different lessons here with the Eight of Pentacles showing up at the bottom, Temperance card. And during Sagittarius season here, or you could have it in your chart or with a Sagittarius, Spirit's asking you, remain well balanced and grounded here around the holidays. What do Scorpios need to know? Remain well balanced here. Two of Pentacles is literally like the card of balance here, taking things one step at a time. For some of you, this could be people at work with that showing up overall. Three of Swords, and maybe you've gone through some heartbreak here. One more, please. Hang on. Nine of Wands. Okay. I love this read for you. Spirit's like, I said what I said here. So with this shedding the shame, actions, behavior, communications, and defenses here, this is what I was just saying. Needing to be well balanced here between work and play, the squirrel kind of energy here specifically overall. This is something where you are really going to get some sort of wish fulfillment because there's a ladybug on this card, and that's what they represent here specifically. So there's this energy of maybe you felt like you've had to be hyper vigilant and kind of like what goes up must come down. Like, can I juggle this person's energy? And I feel like you need to almost maybe drop some of these individuals who don't deserve your energy, who don't deserve your love, who don't deserve your care, because Spirit's saying putting people on a pedestal is something you need to shamelessly shed. And you pulled like the Three of Swords card, one of the hardest cards in the deck here. I can see you've gone through a lot of upset, heartbreak, depression, maybe even anxiety here about things, and you almost need to fly away because there's three crows on this card flying away specifically. So it's like release it, let it go. And literally it's like when someone is putting, hands over their face, that is literally the shame response when people hide and they get smaller and lower here specifically. When it comes to this as well, with let people learn their own lessons when you've already tried to help them, Spirit's like, stop. These people are claiming victim here overall, Scorpios. And this is something where it's like you might be this person like ready to get up and help, but it's almost like you're hurting yourself in the process of this. By rescuing this people or these people's when you're hurting yourself. And for others of you, these are individuals that maybe you've tried 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Maybe this is a group of people. Maybe this is family here overall. But 9 of Wands is like you are very resilient and you're almost to the end of closing up this major cycle. But Spirit's saying, hold back your energy. This is not for you to take on here, okay? With the idea that it's not okay to cry in front of others when it is, you got 3 of Wands. You are literally more powerful when you're vulnerable here. Cancer card here, the High Priestess. Maybe you're a High Priestess here, energy. But this is something where with these 2 cards specifically, you're calling in people who do want to be able to hold you and do want to be able to show up for you here as well and see you for your feelings and emotions, okay? Scorpios, that's your read here with this. You'll have to let me know what resonates in the chat or in the comments below after too. Let go of distractions, screen times, or things that waste your energy, okay? Be mindful of the scroll here. Judgment. Make better choices, your overall energy, and I see you doing that. So congratulations. Keep going. Sagittarius, okay? Okay. Sagittarius, this is what you need to shamelessly shed before the year is up. And my readings are not usually timeless, but I mean, I didn't put a year on it. So whenever you see this reading here, okay, you need to shed addictions, dependencies, isolation, and this idea that you're alone. You are never alone here, Sagittarius. You have so many, you're literally ruled by Jupiter, the happiest planet out there that wants to give you blessings and luck and abundance and fortune. Saggies, you are never, ever alone. You have so many spirits and guides and your team here that want to be present with you. And you might be calling upon some of them to help you with isolation or to help you with addiction or to help you with dependencies. And some of you, they're telling me you have slowly shedded. For others of you, this is like a cycle that has been continuing because they're just showing me your card, like the Wheel of Fortune and the World card of the circle. And it's kind of like, well, which part of the cycle do you want to be? Maybe you're going to therapy, counseling, and you're talking about the stages of change. If you know, you know. If you don't, that's cool. You're done taking on other people's energy. Very good. I love that that card got pulled for you. And for some of you, there could be somebody that you know in your life, Sagittarius, that maybe are dependent on you, or maybe they have some form of an addiction with you, or, you know, just in general, like in your family, in your friends, in your loved ones, whatever. And the last thing that you need to shamelessly shed is subconsciously pressuring people by sending them unwanted thoughts. Don't do that. That's evil eye. What you put out, you get back times 3. So if there's some sort of negative, nasty comment or thing that you're putting out there, and you're going to receive that back here. And they're telling me like, this is why some people are never happy, because they aren't actually happy to wish other people well or these thoughts. And their lack of support says more about them than it does about you. Leave those who don't show up and celebrate you. So celebrate yourself. Celebrate your hard work. Tell us about this first card here. The Emperor in the reverse. You could be dealing with an Aries here, but this is also like, for some of you, you might be like, I need to be done. Rebuild this, rebuild my solid foundations, rebuild my structures. I'm hearing cold turkey here, and really take next steps to move forward in this here. Someone's in denial here and is very impulsive when it does come to their addictions. And it's almost like they don't want to see this energetically like coming up or take accountability. You could also have Aries in your chart, and you could have been dealing with this from Aries season. This could be like a grandfather or a fatherly figure, or someone who's a business owner, or someone at work for you, like a boss as well. Yeah. And Sagittarius. Okay. Sagittarius, this You don't need to take on this person's energy. Clarifying, don't take on this person's energy. You got the Five of Pentacles. This person is like lacking, depressed, low energy, low vibrational, and it's actually draining you. You're taking on this energetic vampire kind of vibe here, and like this person's dragging you down here because you are feeling like I have to take them along the way here and like handhold them. Spirit's saying, no, you're done. You're meant to show up well balanced here and well tempered. Okay, your overall energy here. Hello, Manny. Thank you for being here so much. I appreciate your support in the chat compared to Juan, who is kind of a sassy little one, and he gets to be hide. So we love that, or hidden. See, when people subconsciously put certain things or they consciously put certain things in a chat like that, you got to just say no and just be like, well, this is what you gave to me and this is me balancing it out. And also saying, hey, you don't like it? Don't bring that energy. So Spirit's also warning you, just even in the chat here, the things that you see me, this is not my energy. I'm channeling. I'm doing a live reading for all the collectives here, right? And so it's one of those things where people don't realize when you send that negative energy, they're just going to keep getting it, right? Yes, as above, so below. Yes, as without the universe, as a soul. Yes. And so Sagittarius, this is something where people might be sending you unwanted thoughts here. This could be Sagittarius on Sagittarius energy, but Spirit's saying remain in your power, your authority, your autonomy, and your birthday season is coming up. So I feel like this is important for you to really be mindful of, not to be reactive, but be responsive here, right? And how I just came out, that could have been reactive here, right? As well as, well, I'm going to respond to this because I at least am going to say something and teach people how to treat me. I feel like that's what you're trying to do, is teach people how to treat you. And their lack of support says more about them than it does about you. Leave those who don't show up for you. Yeah, because Spirit's sending you better people here. They don't see you juggling. They don't see you doing all these tasks. They don't see you showing up in your highest timeline, the Hierophant energy. Hierophant energy is in love. It's in marriage. It's a wise counselor here. The Hierophant is also someone who is money. It's Taurus energy here, right? And you're trying to balance out all these different areas of your life here. Spirit's bringing you people who want to be connected to you, right? You kind of see like this wise elder, maybe older person that are like coming in to learn from them, right? Secret passcode, like go in there and let's learn. But I feel like this is also this energy of like, remember, you can look at things from like a childlike perspective, as well as understand here you're also learning from people around you or learning from people that are younger than you as well here. And maybe some of these people that have been around you this year, Sagittarius, are very like, not that those ones on the cards were, but maybe they were just very small-minded here. The Star card, and they need to be focusing on healing, or you do, Aquarius energy. It's in the reverse, so it's kind of like nothing changes. Yeah, the Hermit card, when nothing changes, it's like they're hidden, like it's a hidden enemy here, and you're kind of like, move on, next. Aquarius energy, new beginnings, thank you, next here overall. So don't pay any attention to these people. Don't even give them the time of day. Hold and set your boundaries and say like, I don't even want to talk about it. Your first instinct is always the right one here. Additional message, so make sure you trust it, Saggies. Let me know what resonates in the comments below or the chat too. Like this video and subscribe. Capricorns, I am a Cap rising, so we got Daddy Saturn dominating my chart over here. How are you all doing, Cappies? I love you and I appreciate you and I miss you. What are the most important messages for the Capricorn collective here on my channel? Thank you. What do they need to shamelessly shed? Please, Spirit. Okay. I laugh because, okay, we'll get into that. Ooh, Capricorns. Okay, I can definitely see how this energy is coming up for you. Your first card out is you need to shamelessly shed people who complain and they don't take action on healing, or on healing, and they're not your people here. Yeah, people who complain, don't take action on healing are not your people. Okay. Let them go, release them. Because Capricorns, you're like this sea goat, right? Like you have to climb this mountain, but you also have these two elements within you. You have this earth, you have this water, and people don't know that or realize that about Capricorn energy. And you climb the mountain here, right? And this is also something where people don't realize all the steps you take, all the things you do in a day. And it's almost like you don't have time for this anymore. And this is something where it's like, well, I'm not going to allow that external energies here to try to, internally drain me or drag me down. And then the second message is mothering people who won't mother you in life. So this is something with Capricorns, like you're very wise, right? Like you're the sage, like wisdom here of the collective, and you know certain things. You had to grow up very fast. You had a lot of hard life lessons. Maybe you were a young mother or a young father, a young parent here, or maybe you raised children, or maybe you helped with so many things in your household growing up. Maybe you had to pay for bills and finances too, and like give money, or maybe you had like a traumatic like childhood or whatever here. But this is also like you have lived these different experiences, and it's almost like when you are giving that mothering, nurturing energy, and that's your sibling sign, Cancer. So very interesting that that's coming up for you. It's almost like, why give to these people when they don't give to you? And I see you needing to release that, and I see you recognizing that, and I see you being like, done with this energy here overall, and some of you moving into it. The last one I laughed at because a lot of people say Capricorns are so greedy and all they care about is money. And literally, if you know anybody with a lot of Capricorn in their chart, they are the hardest workers of the collective, and they overgive so much that a lot of people don't even realize it. And you literally pulled the card giving people free feedback and services here overall. So this is like, an example for me, like I was literally thinking about this today to write up a post on it. People ask me here on YouTube, oh, free reading live questions? No, this is not free. This is a service. This is professional service. I've had people comment on my Facebook like, oh my gosh, what should I do? Like, can you help me with this? And I'm like, book a reading, book a private reading here. This is energy. You don't work for free, and I don't either, right? Until bills aren't a thing. And so it's like, because you're so knowledgeable, because you're so wise, it's kind of like this energy of like, okay, I need to stop myself here. And people might paint you as greedy or paint you as the villain, but you don't even know how much Capricorn invested in that learning, in that service, in that business, or in that thing, or in their work-life balance here. And so this is one of those things where when people don't realize the struggle, because you're ruled by Saturn, Lord of timing and karma, of being a Capricorn, they will never understand it or get it here, right? So it's almost like you naturally already give things for free with people out even recognizing it, right? And this is something where rest so you can show up as your best. So right now, you're being called to shamelessly shed, overworking, the hustle, doing too much, giving too much for free. Raise your rates if you have a business, if you have services, or maybe now is a good time to be asking for a raise here overall, Capricorns. And it's funny how I mentioned the chat's not showing up on my phone, Shameless Squad, and someone in the chat literally was like, can you read my cards or relationships? And it's just like, no. So again, people might be asking you for some of these things for free, Capricorns, and it's like, no, that's a service, and people will pay for that because they don't even know how to do that here, right? The Fool card. Brand new beginnings this next year here overall, taking a leap of faith, Aquarius energy, trying something new. Let's clarify these. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So with the people who complain and don't take action are not your people, okay? And literally, you're like, I don't got time for this. You want to be surrounded by groups of people who have an abundant mindset, who have good money mindset, that have a wealthy mindset, that are truly working on their goals here. You see how this person is just like, my head is in the game, I'm taking things on, and this could also be group projects and connections or collaborations here. It's kind of like the taskmaster, getting things done, but coming together together here overall. And it's almost like you're ignoring these individuals who are just like wanting to complain, and you're just like, nope, don't have time for that. And it's almost like you're cord cutting in the moment here, which was a download I got today, which I'll share as a short later, but like saying no in the moment. And that's why it's like, nope, I don't subscribe to that. Like, nope, like you're almost taking the sword and saying, nope, that's not for me. With mothering people who won't mother you in your life, so there's some illusions or delusions here with the Seven of Cups energy, which is challenging, right? Like it's very dreamy. It's like, oh, do I want to do this or do I want to do that here? And you're a very ambitious sign, Capricorn. So it's kind of like if you're filling up other people's cups collectively, because you see that all the different planets on the cups, right? You almost don't pour back into yourself here specifically. And I feel like Spirit's saying like, hey, can you take some time to remother yourself or heal your inner child or put this away and like give back to you here? But it's very interesting because Spirit's going to be sending you a lot of signs about this. And I feel like you might be getting a little bit tested with this here as well. Because giving people free feedback and services, you have the Seven of Pentacles here. Seven means heaven. So maybe you're a tarot reader, maybe you're a psychic, maybe you're a divinator, maybe you have some sort of spiritual business or just whatever you have, right? The skills that you do here and how you show up for others. And it's almost like you want to create something from this because the cups are also creation, it's emotions, it's loving. And I feel like you don't have as much love to give to people or these takers anymore. And you had rest so you can show up as your best. You have the Seven of Swords in the reverse. So you legit have 7-7, if you can see that, and 7 here overall. And so 777 is a spiritual wealth angel number. It's a good luck number here, right? And this is something where I feel like you will clearly be able to see these signs when you slow down, you self-reflect like, wow, how did I spiritually bypass giving people services for free? Or wow, how did I not realize that I was mothering and nurturing this person when maybe they don't actually show up for me? And so you're kind of like needing an energetic or a cleanse, clear, and like really like kind of moving back from people here so you can set yourself free and really think about this with Two of Swords in the reverse. So you do need to rest. There could be some trickery around you as well in your energies, and Spirit's trying to show you some messages. So pay attention to your dreams here as well during this time, Capricorns, because I feel like there's a warning. And pay attention to crows here. Yeah, 8 of Cups, like it's someone from the past, I feel like, that doesn't want you to move forward and wants to hold you back in some energies. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles, but you're kind of like over that. You're like, no, that was way too much energy, effort here, and I am not being tugged on anymore, which I really like that for you. So make sure you're resting here. Ooh, careful. Shamelessly shed talking negatively about people when they aren't there to defend themselves or when you'd never say things to their face. So stay out of gossip, your ego, your judgment here. You're ruled by Saturn here, so you're not going to get like a nice little, that's okay, like slap on the wrist Jupiter energy. You're going to be like, no, like it's going to be more of a karmic lesson with that one, okay? Capricorns, like, subscribe, let me know what resonates down below. Love you, Cappies. Aquarius, please. It's 1, 2. Y'all have to let me know if you check your sun, your moon, your rising, your north node, your Venus, or just anything in your chart. We do holistic astrology and tarot, so I don't just do one sign here overall, and your sun sign changes every year, you know, and every 30 years depending on the astrology. So anyway, whoo, Aquarius, who are you lying to? You got shamelessly shed lying for your or their own benefit here overall, okay? Then you came out with internal versus external motivation, knowing what's best for you. So shamelessly shed what's right for you with motivation here. We'll explain that. It's a psychological term here. And then we have time to work on your inner demons and release them. Aquarius, what are you guys going through? I feel like some of you are so in your head, Aquarius says, I got it in my chart, so don't shoot the messenger, that you need to get in your heart. And it almost scares you to like actually feel your emotions, actually slow the fuck down, actually realize, oh my God, like I need to move through this and process this and not just always be focused on, well, what will help, what will help, what will help, will this help? Will that help? Could this work? And it's almost like when you've bottled and suppressed and repressed all these different feelings and emotions, or your defense mechanisms come up, you just like spill out here. It's like when you have a Diet Coke bottle, right? And you just like shake it up before you open it, and then you open up the top and boom, that's your emotions everywhere, Aquarius. It's like hot mess express. So you might be in a hot mess express right now because you're not being true to yourself, true to others around you, or true about what it is that you truly want in life, because internal motivation is doing something from the heart space here. External motivation is doing things for tangibility, the accolades, the rewards, the items here. And now Spirit's asking, well, you need to release something. There's something inside of you. I would definitely cleanse your home. Overall, yeah, proactive versus inactive. Only be in proactive relationships and settings that are active with you. And that doesn't mean physically active. That means showing up for each other and one another here. So I just heard somebody ask, like, what's the most important placement in your chart to watch? That's your North Node. That's what I think when it comes to readings. Okay. Okay. Aquarius, Spirit's kind of calling you out here. Some of you have maybe emotionally known and recognized Five of Cups energy. Okay, I am coming out of this specifically here overall of like, I am coming out of any depression. I am coming out of any lying. I am coming out of any emotional manipulation tactics here. And so now it's kind of like before you go into this next year, make sure that you release that, you let it go, you shed it there overall. Really be open with your feelings. And I see you making these changes here, which I do think is really great. We have internal versus external motivation, knowing what's best for you, clarified by the Nine of Wands here in the reverse. And the Nine of Wands in the reverse is like, you might be okay, I'm hearing resuscitating. That's interesting, but not resuscitating as well for others of you, but like almost feeling like what makes you come alive again? How can you move forward? And how can you also release maybe victim programming or these different narratives or these different stories here? Because Spirit's asking you, it's time for you to look at yourself here. And this person is wounded. So I feel like you have a lot of wounds here that you haven't worked through, and it's influencing your mental health, which influences the body, which influences mind, body, soul, all the energy systems, the chakras here, right? And for you, Aquarius, this is something where Page of Swords is in the reverse. You may have had some different inner demons from childhood, inner child, whatever it might be, that you haven't fully worked through here. The Page is in the reverse. And so for some of you out there, again, your actual like biological age does not match like maybe your mental or emotional age. And maybe that's because you're like, well, I never learned these certain lessons in life, or I wasn't really taught to release this, or I wasn't really allowed to take up maybe space here and share my true thoughts. And this is something where with the proactive versus inactive relationships in your life, you got the King of Swords in the reverse, which is really like your energy, Aquarius. And so Spirit's like, what are you not releasing? What are you not going back to? What are you not, energetically cutting cords with or ties with? Because I'm hearing this as self-sabotage here. And you're fighting yourself internally, and then you stay stuck. The Hangman energy in the reverse. This card says Hanged Woman. So this could be some spiritual bypassing here. And I'm also hearing like other people, because the Five of Wands is a group of people that tries to work together to get something done. But it can also be chaos and conflict and competition here. And also like enablers or people that don't actually have your back, people that might be fake to your face, but like do certain things behind your back here. It's almost like they don't want you to succeed or take action on something. And I feel like these are these energetic demons of different types of energy vampires around you. I'm sorry, Aquarius. I don't lie in my readings here. That's the message for you. Eight of Pentacles here. Some of you don't believe you've mastered a lot in life, but I feel like you have. And that's a part of this energy that you need to like break some sort of pattern here. The pattern could be around money here, but again, the Fool card in the reverse, this is like going back and really reflecting during this time here before starting any brand new beginnings or brand new projects here. It's about really getting in tune and tune up. Yeah, they're showing me like a violin tune up. So maybe I used to play violin. So if you play violin, what up, friend? This is something where it's like you're fine tuning and you need to like tune up like your energetic system and your energies here, Aquarius. So it's interesting. So maybe music, binaural beats, so fuego frequencies, just with that violin or tune up here, and really becoming more okay, and grounded, but they're also saying like less is more. So you don't have to like overdo it during this time. Okay, interesting. Grudges are so last season. Release them. Forgiveness is a gift given to yourself. So this shamelessly shedding is some of you need to release grudges. For others of you, it's like an internal grudge here. And yeah, now they're showing me the woman like from the grudge, like maybe you know that movie. Maybe that could be significant to you. I don't know, but it's something where like you have to let it go here and find your own healing through the process of that. And I know that letting go is easier said than done. And I know that as a former therapist, like there's different like phases and stages of forgiveness, and there's different exercises and there's different letting go exercises. So if you are in therapy or working on those things in mental health counseling here, ask your therapist about that is what I would say. So let me know what resonates, Aquarius. Like, comment, support, help the channel grow too. Who we got? Pisces. Pisces babies. Okay, very interesting. I was just talking about mental health here, and there's something with Pisces energy. So you could also have Aquarius in your chart. Pisces. Okay, my loves. Not easy reads or energies to move through. I'm sorry in the chat, y'all. Oh, it like stopped here. All you have to do is pick betterment and problem solve. I'm sorry, Crimson Wolf. I don't remember what that was from here. But Pisces, here's the messages that you need to shamelessly shed. Know-it-all energies. Ego goes unchecked. Overshares but needs to listen. Doesn't clock how they come off. Uses mental health diagnoses as an excuse here. Okay, so it's kind of like when people say that energy of like, oh, but if you only knew my mental health does this, or I'm anxious because of this, or I can't manage conflict, or I can't, and like this, I can't, versus like I won't narrative and people here. They're also telling me like neurospicy, neurosexy, maybe you're neurospicy, neurosexy, and you use that as an excuse, or other people do. And also like even the stubbornness, I'm hearing stubbornness, okay, and this rigidity around this person or this energy, just like, oh, you don't know, or something like that. So there's something about this. So Pisces, this could be you, this could be other people. I would say take what resonates. We'll clarify and kind of see. You're also being asked to shamelessly shed people who make poor decisions for themselves here. So this is like, you know, an example would be, a values discrepancy, like, oh, I want to lose weight, but then a person drinks like a 12-pack of beer on the weekend or something, right? That's not going to help them as much. But again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not in physical health or anything like that. It's just some of the things that I see out there by doctors that like alcohol is like the number one killer, right? When it comes to trying to lose weight. So we're just using that as an example. This could be someone who's like, I really want to like, you know, save up money for a nice massage or a nice like, service for myself, like they're showing me like the red light therapy, like the heat stuff, like in the winter here. Okay, like something like that here, or like a nice cold plunge or sauna, or you know, a reading, a booking, like something spiritual, Reiki here. And it's almost like this person's like Amazon Prime in a bunch of shit. So it's kind of like this buildup of energy when you see people like, I don't have money, okay, but then they're like, well, dopamine hit, I'm going to buy this little thing. Dopamine hit, I'm going to buy that little thing. Dopamine hit, I'm going to buy this little thing. Dopamine hit. And then they're like getting rid of all this stuff and giving things away to people when it's like, wow, you just bought like 10 dopamine hits in the last week, and that was over $100. You could have had a package at that red light therapy or that massage or whatever. So it's almost like this chaotic energy of people not being mindful and grounding down in the moment to really be like, is this a want? Is this a need? Is this actually going to benefit me for the future or not here? Okay. There, and I also mentioned, the thing about like alcohol addiction, the body. So there's something about that. So that could also be like people that make poor physical health decisions here. Pisces, you actually got a poem in this one. When I channeled this message, I promised I wasn't going to cry today. I wore mascara on my eyes today. For the first time, I feel alive today, wishing that this pain could go away. And so some of you are needing to shamelessly shed tears. Others of you, Pisces, are needing to shamelessly shed, this idea that pain is always going to be there. So there's this energy of needing to rewire. And for every 3 negative thoughts that we tell ourselves, you need 5 to 6 or 7 thoughts to flip the script with the brain. So some of you may need to be working on neuroplasticity with this, but also releasing tears and shedding and any emotions with that. Your overall energy for releasing individuals or for just overall is hypocrites, releasing misaligned souls, and the values discrepancies here. So the values discrepancies could be something like someone, we talked about that with the physical health, mental health example, but it's election season here, right? The values discrepancy could be okay, these are my values here overall, right? But then the person votes for another person individually here. Okay. And I'm not going to get into politics or anything like that. That's just the first example that I came up with for some reason here. So it's almost like you might be checking in with yourself on your values discrepancies, or even gently kind of nudging people hey, that doesn't necessarily match what you just said. Or some of you have done that and they're almost like wearing rose-colored glasses. They're not going to listen. They're delusional. And that's what I'm really hearing. It's they won't take accountability for it. And I feel like some of you are I just already know where this is going to go and I see through this person. And so yeah, Spirit's showing me when you see the freeway, right? And then when you typically get tunnel vision, Spirit's showing me you have so much love and you have a big heart for so many people, Pisces, but it's almost you need to close in and, oh my God, I keep hitting the microphone, and you have to go this, a point moving forward where it's this light at the end of the tunnel, but there's only so many people that can fit through that tunnel with you. Let's clarify, my loves. Thank you for all the likes and the support in the chat here. I appreciate it. Pisces. I just said delusions, and we pulled the delusions card, 7 of Cups, but we'll talk about it. Okay. Okay, interesting. So when it comes to needing to shamelessly shed know-it-alls, their egos go in checks, they overshare, but they need to listen. They don't clock how they come off. They lack self-awareness. They use mental health diagnoses as an excuse. We literally, for you Pisces, pulled the 7 of Cups, which is people being delusional, people being very dreamy, people wearing rose-colored glasses, people not wanting to take accountability, people, got me in my feelings, that kind of energy. So this is the vibe of wanting to not take accountability or also realize how these people come off. But delusional thinking is also scary because Pisces, if this is your energy, just only take what resonates with you. You could be experiencing this with other people, or other people could be experiencing this with you of you think your thoughts are so right, but they could be wrong. And it's to this point where you actually believe these delusions, or these people actually believe these delusions or these lies about themselves and whatever. And it's almost okay, Spirit saying point to the candle here. You or these other individuals or people are trying to shine this light on you to hold you accountable, or vice versa. You're trying to show people the light and the truth here overall. So people that make poor decisions for themselves, I see you doing that. Congratulations, Ace of Cups. For a lot of you, you're calling in new love. This is new connections, new partnerships, new friendships, new communities. And I love this card in this deck too, because this is kind of a bonus. It's love and money with that coin in the cup here. And so you may be meeting somebody here. This is a brand new beginning and a brand new opportunity Pay attention to crows and dragonflies, as well as koi fish, and that's you, Pisces. Like, you represent, you're getting this prosperity and abundance, right? And water lilies here. But spirit's kind of dropping this, okay, knowledge and wisdom and money and emotions and this person that you can have a really great new opportunity for some of you. This is love, this is dating. For others of you, like I said, there might be something about love and money where it's like double bonus here, okay? Where this person is well off or you're well off, and both of you are very secure financially here, but you're almost releasing the individuals who don't pour into themselves, who don't love themselves, and you have enough self-love and respect to really do that. And you also have standards here to know who you are calling in specifically, which I really do like for you. You may be inclined to work with a specific goddess here who works with water lilies and everything like that. Some of you went through a breakup, or for others of you, Two of Cups in the reverse, with wishing this pain could go away and shamelessly shedding the tears and wearing mascara on your eyes. Like, maybe you wore a bunch of makeup and boom, mascara is trailing down your face. Some of you are upset because maybe you've gone through this breakup, or you've had this soul contract, or this person in your life, friend, family member, loved one, or even I'm hearing divorce. Okay, interesting. For others of you, this could be like you went through a breakup though, and you're grieving the process of it. I'm so sorry for that, Pisces. That takes, time and energy and effort. And it's not just people who we are romantically connected with that we grieve. We grieve people that are still living. So I see you really going through some like ambiguous loss with this, and taking things like one step at a time. So give yourself the time to heal with that. For some of you, this could be future energy. And for others of you, this is like maybe some unhealed wound from the past that you had not allowed yourself to open up and really be vulnerable with yourself with. When it comes to not being around hypocrites, misaligned soul values discrepancies, I laugh because Spirit came through with the message of like Page of Wands in the reverse. You ain't got time for this energy. You're like, no time for this. Ain't nobody got time for that. Like that infamous quote came in. And Four of Wands, especially people with no solid foundations, no sturdiness. They wish one thing, but they don't actually get it here. And it's like this person doesn't realize how they come off here. You could be dealing with fire sign energies, but it's like you're very wise in this situation. And this could also be, some of you I'm hearing like teaching your children lessons here. Okay. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or these people are acting very childlike, very angry, very impulsive, very immature. And we're in Mercury retrograde and Sag. Like, if you've been here since the beginning, you've seen all the chaotic energy in the chat. And I just see you being like, I don't have time for this here. So this is something where I see you potentially blocking a fire sign for some of you. Don't know who that resonates for. They have it in their chart. You have it in your chart. But this is almost like, no, I'm tired of it. So just pay attention to that here. Someone could be blocking you. Yeah, Hanged Man energy, Pisces. You may be thinking about this. Be careful of escapism because that's your card here as well. The Hanged Man overall. Seven of Wands, you are divinely protected to move on and away from these individuals. And I see you having some sort of success like when you do that with these hypocrites who say one thing and do another, and then you call them out on the carpet and then they don't like it here. Yeah, and then they say, I'm sorry, but then they don't mean it. And it's like almost like a tick where it's like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And like a trauma response when it's like, you don't actually mean it. And do you even realize why I said this? It's almost like you want to be listened to, not heard. Okay, Pisces, let me know what resonates, my love. Aries. Okay, you got 3 right away. First thing you need to shamelessly shed is overgiving and planning to situations when others are not as prepared as you. Yeah, I'm fair. Others pushing their agenda and timelines on you. It came out in the reverse. So you are coming out of this, Aries, some of you. And then we have not supporting people when you see what they are doing. So Aries specifically, you need to watch the beginning of the read here because other messages came through on this. And you're this leader. You're the baby of the collective and the zodiac. So you are meant to take the lead, but not so much to the point where other people are also not showing up for you or telling you how things should be done and shaming you for it. Well, like, oh, you're doing it that way. You should do it this way. And it's like, bitch, you're not even doing this stuff. Don't tell me what to do. I'm not asking you this. So you might be kind of sassy or mad. I'm just channeling, but I see you advocating for yourself and that's good. Oh my God. Yeah. Frenemies. And this could be a frenemy or secret competition around you, Aries, or someone's just like lacking happiness for your success, especially when your life lesson is you're born and meant to try new things, be the leader, and really take action to get success. And I feel like these are kind of lazy individuals that don't have any ambitions, don't really work for anything in life. And you do here. So, what are these energies clarified for my Aries babies? What do they need to know? Ooh. I think you just got the Sun card, Aries. That's the best card in the deck. Okay, let me see. First card, overgiving the situations. Boom, baby. No matter what, you are successful. So I don't know what Aries needs to hear this. I'm hearing an inner critic. This is Cancer energy here. You could have somebody who is a really proud, like mama around you or whatever, or a Cancer friend around you, or someone that's nurturing you and being like, oh my God, you are literally doing amazing. Like, do you see everything you just did, Aries? Like, they're bigging you up. They're giving you compliments. And it's just so loving, and you're just like, oh, I feel fucking seen. I feel fucking validated, and I feel fucking heard here. Okay, I really love that for you. You could also have Cancer in your chart, but like I said, this is you taking the action. And when the horses are in the upright like this with their legs, this is success, this is victory, and this is prosperity, and it's very beautiful. And prior or during this message, Spirit like came through with the flash of like a turkey and fall and season, and turkeys represent abundance and a harvest of blessings, and you literally have that behind the card. So I just love that that came through and matched too. Like I said, you got the Sun card here. When other people want to push their timelines and agendas onto you, you're just like, no, I'm doing what makes me happy. I'm doing what makes me joyous. I'm doing what makes me success here. Okay. You got 2 success cards, 2 prosperous cards, the amazing best card in the deck. I see you getting a lot of awards and accolades here, and I love that this card here too is like this mirror. Like, you're going to see this mirror of success here, and you might also just be I'm hearing people around you too are going to be mirroring your success. So this is that energy of when you, Aries, see someone doing a really cool thing and you see them having a really big blessing, this is you also celebrating them, because you know your success and your manifestations are that much closer here. So congratulations, best card in the deck. You're just like, nope, I'm doing it my way here. And you might also be in a partnership with something with this, because you did get the Cancer card and you got the Leo card. This could be something that you have really built up this confidence and this courage and this idea of like, I got this. Don't F with my energy. Like, literally this shit. Don't fuck with my energy, right? This is a big one. So I love that for you, Aries, here overall. This is something where there might be a ribbon cutting or an award or something that you really receive. This could be a successful trip, business, travel, because there is a lot of movement for you here specifically. And 301s, you are calling in better people. This is releasing people who don't support your expansion, your growth, your abundance. This is like, when are the people coming in for me? And your ships are coming in with this 3 of Wands energy here specifically overall. So this is something where you, Aries, are calling in better people. You are meant to grow. You're meant to expand. You are meant to be seen here with new individuals. And you might have even like a new group or a new community or a bunch of people in your energy that really love what you're doing, which I love that for you. With frenemies, secret competition, and lack of happiness for your success, these individuals are just holding themselves back. 6 of Swords in the reverse is when individuals hold themselves back and they don't actually give you your flowers. They don't actually want to move forward with Spirit. They don't actually stop what they're doing because I'm about to ruin. Yeah, that came up in a Capricorn reading, that song previously. You got Capricorn in your chart here, but yeah, Knight of Wands, they're not getting the success. 9 of Pentacles, they're wishing that you would fail because the Tower card is you, Aries, in the reverse. 9 of Pentacles in the reverse, Knight of Wands in the reverse, and 6 of Swords. This didn't work on these people here, okay? This didn't work on you, and they're actually like dealing with, money problems, family problems, and you reap what you sow. So these frenemies, get rid of them because they aren't here for you. Yeah, and I see you doing that. The Devil card in the reverse. funny how I mentioned Capricorn reading here overall, how that showed up. So this could be a Capricorn or even a 12th house Hermit, Virgo, hidden energy here. Maybe you're a 12th houser, but they aren't as confident as you. And that's why they feel like they have to take you down. But it doesn't even work out here. Melissa, rewind and go back to the Pisces part of the reading. This is not a reading. You can book one with me privately, okay? Booked, busy, blessed. Literally just said it. So Aries, you're about to be booked, busy, blessed to deal with this mess here specifically overall. Very beautiful. You're releasing hot messes of your life here, okay? Aries, let me know what resonates in the comments below. Like, subscribe, help the channel grow. Check the other placements in your chart too. I would love to know how these energies show up for you. Taurus. Interesting. I don't remember who got this card. Putting people on a pedestal. So check the other placements in your chart for this reading, Taurus. That is the only one that got flipped over. Let go of the things that don't fuel you during this time. Shamelessly shed. Then you got your pride in recognizing that you're a human too who F's up in life and needs to say sorry. So Taurus, if there's something that you did, if you F'd up, you know, take accountability right off the bat and just say, the way I came off, I'm sorry. I realized after I said it, how that came out, what I said was wrong. What I did was wrong, and that's not okay for me to come at you or say these things to you, right? And putting people on a pedestal here. So I don't remember who had that card. So watch your signs, Taurus, here, because there could be other messages in the reading. And this is a long live for you, my loves, okay? And this one just showed up in Sagittarius energy. Their lack of support says more about them than it does about you. Leave those who don't show up and celebrate you. Taurus, I feel like you're a very giving person here, and I feel like you've been there for a lot of people this year. I feel like you've been this person who's giving to others, showing up to others. You're very generous with your money. You're someone who is like, oh my God, like you just like did this really cool thing. Let's go celebrate. Or you just retired, or you just got this promotion, or you like, can you help me out with this? Like I'll pay you. And you're very generous overall. And I'm touching like my heart because like you are a very loving person here. And I feel like when you ask for help, even on the little things, though, some people may not always show up in particular. And so there could be something about that, like where you're over generous here, but you don't need to be. For others of you, this could be like people are just taking advantage of your generosity. And for others of you as well, like this is the emotional support here. Like, I feel like you listen to other people, you read between the lines, you're very clairvoyant, you know what people say here. That is clairvoyance specifically, and people don't talk about that enough, Shameless Squad, is seeing through what people are actually saying. And I feel like you're doing that, but other people don't necessarily do that for you and don't do like the wait, what? Like, how are you really kind of energy. So let's clarify this. Let go of things that don't fuel you. Good. And then your pride and recognizing that you're a human who F's up and needs to say sorry. This could be in love. This could be in marriage. The baby in the baby carriage to a kid. Boss, a coworker, a colleague, a friend, whatever. And putting people on a pedestal. Let's clarify that. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, Taurus. Okay. Let's talk about this. You are releasing Eight of Swords, things that just do not serve you, do not fuel you. You're letting yourself go here. I saw this quote the other day, and it was like, and I saw it randomly, so I don't even know who the creator was or if it was on somebody's profile or where I saw it, but it was like, if I'm not having fun, I'm not doing it. And I feel like that's a very good boundary for you to have, Taurus, here. If I don't like fill in the blank, I'm not doing this. And I feel like that's just such a nice, shameless one-liner that you can really embody and give yourself permission to say no with certain things. So a lot of you are just freeing yourself. Eight of Swords in the reverse. This is freeing yourself of unwanted thought patterns. This is freeing yourself to allow yourself to go out and have fun. This is freeing yourself from any patterns here and giving yourself permission, which we love that. Now, Taurus, you may not like this energy. Someone is hurt by you and they might be closed off but to you here, or you might be closed off to them here overall when it comes to an apology. You might try to apologize for some of you and own your shit, right? And this other person may not receive it well. That's one thing. For others of you, you might just be blocking off your heart and being like, nope, I'm going to be the stubborn bull here because you're a fixed sign, right? And say like, I'm not apologizing for this. And maybe this is something I'm hearing some of you already apologized for something once already, and you're holding this boundary of like, I don't need to do it again. That's healthy, right? For others of you, I'm hearing you're saying you're not going to apologize for this personality quirk or trait or whatever, but I'm hearing that like it has caused some strife and some conflict in the past here. So you have to have a conversation and make the best choices on how to navigate this, and really also hear this other person or people out here specifically. So don't close off. That's just a message for some of you. With putting people on a pedestal, 3 of Cups in the reverse, this is friends, this is groups, this is community here. I feel like a lot of you turn your eyes or like turn ahead here when you don't actually see maybe friendships or family members who specifically are doing bad things here, and you're giving them self a credit. This may be like, for example, these people are celebrating. They could be partying. They could have a drinking problem. You might be like, no, they aren't an alcoholic. No, they don't have a drinking problem. No, they don't do that. For others of you, this could be someone gossiping and lying and manipulating and having a lot of emotional abuse tendencies within a group, within friends, within families, within loved ones here. Or even triangulation here overall, where one person claims to be the victim, they paint the other person as the villain, and they might try to drag you in as the hero, or you might be in some form of triangulation, a third party situation here. And you might have put this person on a pedestal, but Spirit's like, no, accept people for how they show themselves and how they show themselves to you the first time. Their shadow energies, the things that they're working on, the things that they, you're not going to like make a character assassination off of like one thing that they did, right? I don't see you doing that. I see you giving them the benefit of the doubt here, but it's almost like you've seen this person maybe do this 2 or even 3 times. And now Spirit's like, you need to stop putting them on a pedestal. Stop thinking they're such a great person when they're not a great person, when they have to work on certain things as well, as we all do in life here, okay? And then their lack of support says more about them than it does about you. Leave behind those who don't show up and celebrate you. The 7 of Pentacles is like, these people were only meant to go with you this far in life here specifically, okay? For some of you, this could be coworkers or colleagues, and I'm hearing the word promotion here. So it's kind of like when you get promoted out of the pit, maybe you work on Wall Street or investments or whatever, but that's the energy that they're like giving me, where you're in like this hustle and grind energy here, and you've done everything to really deserve some sort of heaven-like promotion and move forward here overall. You're almost like picking and choosing wisely what's the next move, who's actually going to celebrate this, who's actually meant to move forward with me in this energy, and who's not going to be jealous of me. I'm hearing jealousy here overall. Yeah, Capricorn, the devil energy in the reverse and the star card in the upright here. Very beautiful. You've come out of any toxic relationships and really healed certain things. And 2 of Cups, you do have a partner around you. This could be a spouse, a wife, a lover, or a friend here who does have your back here. And so it's kind of like less is more. It's not about the quantity of relationships in your life. It's about the quality of them overall. So I really do like that that's where you're moving here. Yeah, 6 of Wands, because not everybody wants to celebrate you or your success here. And you do have some evil eye around you, Queen of Swords. And I see you being very strategic and being like, okay, they said that, I'll remember that, but I'm not going to share, my wins with them. And I'm going to give these friendships, these relationships a rest. 4 of Swords here, because they disrupt my peace. And that says something about them, and it's not about me. And you're seeing the projections of these individuals here. Cutting the deck. Yeah, they distract you, but cut things out like screen time, things that waste your time, your energy, watching too much like news or just whatever. The things that don't fill you up, because, right, you got the let go of the things that don't fuel you here, okay? So, Taurus, let me know what resonates. Check your other placements. Let's get into Gemini, babies. Geminis, what do you need to shamelessly shed? Okay, this came up in the overall energy, so you're going to want to watch the beginning of the collective messages. Seeking outside of yourself for the answers is the first card for Geminis. What else? So trust your intuition. Ooh, they took off their mask and you don't like what they see. Not meant to be in your energy. So fake people here. Last one. This is okay. Yeah, like you're too booked, busy, blessed to deal with this mess here. Interesting. So this could be getting rid of fake people, getting rid of like Jekyll and Hyde personalities with people, like says one thing, does another, values discrepancies, shit talking, but then so nice to your face and then will stab you in the back here, like 10 of swords, 3 of swords kind of vibe energy here. They're masking. This is a defense mechanism. This can honestly be Gemini and Gemini energy. I'm not going to lie here. But for those of you that are like really heads down, focus on your work right now, it's like you kind of have to brush these individuals off, because I'm hearing these people, these individuals, you've seen this multiple times and it tracks. Like you're clocking it, you're seeing it. Backstabbers, liars, users, and abusers. Your overall energy, Gemini, is to shamelessly shed those individuals. I almost grabbed my Spirit Says deck here. So trust that. Like when Spirit's giving you a sign, say no more. Release them, okay? Seeking outside of yourself for the answers. What does Geminis need to know? You pulled the Lover's card. Literally your card, Gemini. Stand in your power. Stand in your choices. Stand in your autonomy here overall. This could also be a lover who's also saying like, hey, trust yourself. Like you're doing better than you think you are. For some of you, when it comes to like romance and love, this could be a partner here where you're like, might be dating 2 people or 3 people. And you're like, ooh, did I make the right decision here? Like I'm feeling like I'm on The Bachelor or Bachelorette here overall. And it's successful. But the people who took off their masks here, you got the 6 of Wands in the upright. It doesn't affect you or your success or your fortune or your happiness, which I really do love. And it's almost like these individuals may not be the ones who are like not giving you your flowers or toasting to you or whatever here. Booked, busy, blessed. Ooh, Ace of Cups in the reverse. Okay. Okay. Knight of Wands. Okay. Let's discuss. So we already talked about the first card. And the second card here, like I see you really standing in your power here overall. The only thing that you might be like, well, wait a second, book busy, blessed to deal with this mess here. Ace of Cups in the reverse. I feel like Spirit's saying, don't clean up other people's messes during this time. Don't overly give your emotions or feelings. Don't deplete yourself to show up for others, because Gemini, you show up for so many people. And I feel like Spirit's saying, give back to yourself, give back to your career right now, give back to the things you love here. Because book busy, blessed could be like, if you are your own business owner, entrepreneur, I see more money coming in for some of you. Absolutely. Something's going to take off. For others of you, this is also having an energetic boundary on your time and your scheduling and the things you want to do here to replenish, to renourish, to refill up your cup, because I'm seeing some burnout here with your emotions and with your feelings and not giving back to yourself. And I do see you needing to do that during this time here overall, because then you might actually miss out on an opportunity later here. For others of you, there are new opportunities that you are going to really enjoy and love, and you are just going to be potentially, there could be just some delays with this of communication here. And for others of you, this might be something that you've been wanting to do, but you've been putting it on the back burner here overall. So take what resonates with you. I feel like you need to put yourself on the front burner here specifically and stop allowing yourself to do this throughout the year here, okay? With the overall energy of shamelessly shedding backstabbers, liars, users, and abusers, you literally got a chaotic energy. Knight of Wands in the reverse here. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you could have it in your chart. They could have it in their chart here. But you have the Death card in the reverse. You keep going back to someone. I'm hearing Stockholm Syndrome, Queen of Cups in the upright. Like you fell in love with them or you have love for them. Romantic, platonic, doesn't matter. Friend, family member, loved one, whatever, colleague. And it's almost like they got you. And they're using this as emotional manipulation and abuse here. And it's like other people may have seen through these things and tried to warn you, Geminis. But this is this energy of like, you can't victim blame or shame or survivor blame and shame. And so Spirit's coming in like, You need to realize the trauma, the pain that these people have caused to you here overall. This could be a Scorpio season. This could have happened during the Scorpio season. This death card in the reverse, you could be not wanting to move through this difficult pain and these energies, because it is death and it's rebirth and it's transformation. And eighth house is a lot of trauma. It's also a lot of karmic individuals, karmic lessons, karmic relationships. And so unless you look at these really abusive, toxic people here, I see physical abuse, I see sexual abuse for some of you. Just take what resonates for you and how they really hurt you. You're going to remain stuck and stagnant here and cycling here, where your trauma response is like, I need to go here, I need to go there, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do all this stuff. And then before you know it, you crash and you burn out. So take what resonates with you on that one, Gemini. That is not easy energy to move through, but do give yourself the time to release this so you can call back more balance here, more trust in yourself, to make really great choices and decisions, to not go back to people who are defensive, to not go back to people who be like, oh, that happened, I don't remember that. And they try to like gaslight and manipulate you, and you're like, no, this happened here, right? And success, like I'm telling you, there will be a successful outcome on the horizon, but that's like you maybe potentially moving, getting away from these people or these situations, moving out of state, country, whatever. Moving on with successful people who emotionally fill into you, pour into you. A mother could also be significant to you, or telling you this, or a Cancer energy, because that was the Cancer card. Okay, a lot of people are getting this card, so check the other placements, Gemini. Cut out distractions, screen times, things that just waste your energy, draining you. That one hasn't popped out, but when I've cut the deck and then shuffled, yeah. Get knowledge from those who've mastered their craft, lived, learned, and heard experience, and use discernment. So be careful who you're trusting about like these relationships, and as well as like fake coaches out here in the world, Geminis, because legit, I'm like going on my wannabe therapist tangents on my shorts, and we are just getting shamelessly sassy AF and trying to just teach people about this stuff. So be mindful of that and who you trust, and you might even be a little hyper vigilant, like I don't know who to trust because you've been burned so much, and I'm sorry, that sucks. And that doesn't even probably help me saying I'm sorry, it sucks. Like, it really does freaking suck when you get burned. But I see you learning this stuff now, hearing these messages now. So next year, we don't move into these like 2026 year of brand new beginnings and blessings that want to start for you, Gemini, to be off course here, okay? Let me know what resonates. Definitely check the other placements in your chart. Cancers, this is if you got Cancer in your chart, what you need to shamelessly shed. Watch the other placements in your chart too. Did a collective read at the beginning, and we'll be pulling collective energies at the end to close out this read. What do Cancers need to shamelessly shed? Please, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Someone might be like practicing gratitude here, Cancers, or thanking you a lot. Like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, really thankful for you. Ooh, Cancers, you need to shamelessly shed people playing games because of their own insecurities. Gamer, gamey, shame personality is what I'm hearing here overall. And they're trying to put this on you. And these are one-sided friendships. So great, lovely. Because it's like they're calling upon you to mother them and nurture them, okay? Education doesn't equate to wisdom. A person can learn it all and still not learn from the wisdom of life's lessons. So Cancers, some of you might be shamelessly shedding like, you know, an education path, going on to school for a degree here, or shedding like old lessons and now needing to apply them to the future. But it's also like maybe you're shedding these individuals who are like, I'm older, so I'm wiser. And it's like, nah, bitch, no. And like you're seeing through that energy overall. I feel like that's part of this one-sided friendships for some of you. So take what resonates with you, Cancers. Like some people are like, oh, I know this stuff because I'm older and that makes me wiser automatically. Fuck yeah, I got gray hair. No. And you're almost like, wow, so this is a lopsided relationship. So you feel like because you're older, you can't learn from me because I'm younger, generationally. And then it makes this weird, like energetic, connection to them, and it's almost like they want to hold power over you. But Spirit's also, yeah, the infinity symbol, like what goes around comes around. And also the 8 sideways, I feel like you need to be told that there is an abundance of individuals in this world that you can have this community with, that aren't going to see you as less than, or vice versa. You're not going to see them as less than. Overall energy, let people learn their own lessons in life when you've already tried to help them. So you could have Scorpio in your chart. I think that came up in Scorpio energies. If you do, we'll go back. We started with them in the read. Messages. What's this gamey people that Cancers need to know about, please, Spirit? One-sided friendships, Cancers, you give so much to other people. You listen, you show up, you think about the things that other people don't, to really be like, this person's gonna like this person's gonna like that. I'm hearing like, yeah, cute shit. And it's almost like you could have been that friend who's like done the cute shit for other friends or other relationships in your life, but they don't do it for you. It's almost like, do you actually care about Cancer? Do you care that you're in a one-sided relationship? Because you might just lose them. Okay. Ooh, Cancers. Okay, Cancer babies, my loves. I'm a Cancer sun, so I feel all of you on this one. We love that. The 9 of Swords. You're coming out of this energy of gamey, toxic people. People trying to play with your energies here, Cancer. People trying to be like, oh, let me put like my anxieties onto you, my traumas onto you, my insomnias onto you, my chaotic energy onto you because I didn't get sleep last night, but you're going to listen. Or let me put all this PTSD, complex, shame, blame, trauma back on you. And you're just like, no. No more. The number 9 is of independence. In numerology, it is the number of closing up these things. You've released these people and said, no, this is not a game I want to play. I didn't ask for this. And with this one-sided friendship here, these people, this could be a Leo. You could have it in your chart, but maybe you have had to build up some sort of courage or strength or vulnerability, or even walk away and not even say anything because maybe these people did not deserve you, your courageous energy, your confident energy. And I see you as being the person that they're saying you dropped the ball on them, these other people, but really it's the opposite. They dropped the ball on you because they didn't text you back. They didn't show up for you. They weren't there for you. And when you actually slowed down to realize who's there for me, who's not for me, you're like, nope, releasing them. You could have Leo in your chart dealing with a Leo, but this strength card in the reverse, you're like, sometimes it's stronger to let go of the people rather than let them have energetic access to you. And there's this energy of like, okay, you see and you realize when people don't text you back for, 8 months or something like that, they drop the ball on you. But when you don't actually show up for the things that they're doing or whatever, they're like, why isn't Cancer coming around? It's because you dropped the mama of the collective here. Do you know how stupid that was? And I'm sorry, someone's guide here is very sassy, so I'm not sorry. Like, this is your guide, but it's like, do you know how stupid that was? You missed out on Cancer. Cancer had been consistent in your life. Cancer was there for you, and Cancer probably cried tears over you, and Cancer is probably like, bitch, you didn't show up for me. What are you talking about? But they're at this point in time where it's like, you don't even deserve Cancer's reply is really what I'm seeing here. And this is something where you're seeing this lopsided friendship and you're just like, no, like I show up for them. They don't show up for me. I say congratulations on this. That's so exciting. That's so cool. And they don't show up for me. Or I text them all these really great things and stuff. Or, I give them these different like resources or connections or things, but like they don't show up for me. Or I share, different, like just different things that people ask for. Like, you literally share all the things, and it's like these individuals have the audacity not to even like follow up with you or say thank you. So I feel like Cancers, you haven't been really thanked for this, and now people want to almost blame shift and twist it back on you with the mirror, but they have to look in the mirror. They're the problem, not you. With this energy of education doesn't equate to wisdom and you're shamelessly shedding this or these energies around you, a person can still learn it all and not learn shit from the wisdom of life's lessons here. I really see you seeing through the bullshit of people during this time, Cancer, and shamelessly shedding this energy because you got the 9 of Cups in the reverse. It's almost like you're seeing, wow, I wish to be this person's friend, or I wanted to have a good relationship with them, or wow, I wish to have a good connection with them. But deep down inside, I see that they're hurting. And I'm not going to give them the negative, toxic, energetic, emotional abuse that they sent to me back to them. And you're almost just letting it go. And that's a hard thing to do, Cancer. This is something where you're seeing individuals thinking that they are so endowed, or like they are so enlightened, or they are so wise, when they don't even know what the hell they're talking about here. And this person potentially could have a drinking problem. This person potentially could have wished for your downfall, 9 of Cups in the reverse. Or this person could have even wished evil eye, negative emotions onto you. But that goes back to them. I'm hearing return to sender here overall. And this person thinks like, oh yeah, and this is kind of like this energy of like, oh, well, I know about all this stuff in relationships because I went through a toxic breakup, but they don't actually, like, it's only the lived experience. It's not all these other areas of their life. And they think just because they're older and they have that lived experience, they think they know all this wisdom, which can come in so many different ways. It's not just experience though here as well. And so it's like, to learn all these life lessons, you need that trifecta of like lived, learned, and heard experience. So it's like you need the education, you need your own life lessons, and you need to know how to ethically guide other people through that. But some people are like, I had narcissistic parents, so now I'm a narcissistic abuse, like healing from recovery coach. And it's like, no, that's not this. Just because you experience that doesn't mean you know how to help people heal and move through that. So there's like this energy of something where you're seeing through, wow, I wish that I connected with these people, but no, they really have some life lessons to learn here. You could have dropped them. They could have dropped you. Just take what resonates for you. But you have the number 9-8. And then you have 9-8 showing up with the star card energy. And I think people are actually realizing that Cancer, you're this divine healer. You're this healer of ages. Your ages is what I said. You're this healer of the age of Aquarius and meant to be seen and move forward into this. And you're this person who's actually stepped into this destiny and this soul contract and this purpose and this North Node here, and moving through these sacred lessons in life and applying them when other people wouldn't ever think twice because they're too scared. Okay. So there's something about this. This is Aquarius energy. This is card 17. It breaks down to the number 8. So 9898 could be significant to you. I'm not going to do all the math. I don't know what that breaks down, but anyway, that might be a significant number to you. 9898, is that 88, y'all? If you're in the chat here, maybe that's an ascended master you need to work with, but you are this ascended master. I feel like that other people didn't almost want to give credit to here because they thought your ideas were out there. They thought your ideas were kooky. They thought that you couldn't actually move into this alignment on this track here and take off and move forward. Yeah, they're showing me like a race car track and it's like, phew, you did. And 7 of Wands, you're protected to do this because you have learned these lessons here, okay? But with you being this healer, you're also holding these boundaries around people around you and saying like, this person isn't coming to me for healing. I'm not going to give this overall to individuals here specifically, okay? So there's a lot of energies with this. You're stepping into your destiny. You are meant to be seen. You are meant to be in this purpose here. And these other people aren't here, Cancers. Peacocks could be a spiritual animal totem for you. Black cats are definitely protecting you. And I'm hearing bear traps. So someone could have like tried to like trap you, or maybe if you see a bear and you think of this person, that's spirit exposing them with you. The Fool card, this brand new beginning. You're this healer in this age of Aquarius here. And you see how you have all these wisdom and all this knowledge here. It's like these people wouldn't even pick up the book to go study or to go learn these lessons. They're just like la-di-da. But you're divinely chosen and others are not. But they think they can just do that, and they make the bad, wrong choices here. Judgment card in the reverse, okay? Very interesting. Let's move into Leo. Book a private reading. Let go of things that don't fuel you, Cancer, okay? So you could have Taurus in your chart. Watch that reading in this, okay? Let me know what resonates, Cancer, in the comments below. Like, subscribe. Check the other placements, the signs in your chart. So we got Leo. Leos, how are you? Someone outs you this week. Leos, you're being asked to shamelessly shed that individual here. You're also being asked to people pushing your boundaries when you've communicated 2 to 3 times and you're not giving into them anymore. You're saying no. You're saying no, this, no, that, no, whatever. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. You're done. So you are shamelessly shedding boundary pushers here. And then you're also asked to shamelessly shed people who complain and don't take action on their healing are not your people. You got Capricorn in your chart here that came up in their reading. Lacking awareness is their lesson to master, not yours. So Leos, there's someone here in your energy that like they don't even have self-awareness. They don't have EQ. They're lacking emotional intelligence. And I feel you're this emotionally intelligent person here and you've learned a lot about that energy specifically. But they have not, and it almost like frustrates you, and it's to this point where you may need to let go of this person as the overall energy or these individuals. What else, please? Let's clarify for Leo. Someone outs you this week. Interesting. Queen of Pentacles energy. They're lying about you and your money, Leos. You have a lot of fertility and abundance here. Okay, Leos, you're showing up in a very powerful energy, which I love that for you. As long as you resonate and you are like aligning to the energies, you're subscribing, you're liking, then this reads for you. If not, then you're not the person that's going to resonate with these messages here because you have to seal it in if you want this, okay? Okay, yeah. Leos, you literally have 3 queens on the table here overall and 6 of wands in the reverse. This looks great. Honestly, I will tell you why. The person that outs you is like saying things about your body, saying things about your money, because you see how this Queen of Pentacles, Shineki here, they're outing you potentially about like a pregnancy, birth here or fertility or some sort of abundance here, and they may be doing this around the new moon or the full moon here specifically. Overall, there's something about that. Pay attention to people who have red roses in their house or red flowers in their house. This might be that individual. Someone could be saying like, oh, they out how much money you have or make, or they out like your legacy, or they out your idea here. So I would just be quiet. I feel like you potentially put them off track here, so they couldn't say shit about your money. They couldn't say shit about your manifestations or anything else, which is very good. This could be an earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo. I was going to say Leo. Okay, it could be Leo and Leo. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus here overall. With people pushing your boundaries here, when you've communicated 2 or 3 times and you're not giving energy anymore, you're shamelessly shedding these individuals. And Queen of Swords is someone who cuts this off. They cut off the BS here overall, okay? This is like the energy of how many times do you have to say it here overall that I've had, like I've said this thing twice, 3 times, 4 times. Now I'm done. I'm just not going to talk to this person, or I'm not going to communicate with this person anymore. I'm not going to move forward with them. And this Queen of Swords is this person that's very intelligent and logical. So you're coming from that left brain space here. You've thought about this, you've done this, but you're almost at this point of like, can't have this conversation, or no, or just no is a full sentence, or not even replying here until they realize and are ready and are mature enough to see how wise you are to have a conversation and take their own accountability and take their own power and authority back to come around and talk to you about this, Leo. Hello in the chat. People who complain and don't take action on their healing are not your people. The Queen of Wands. This is people that you're kind of fed up with, that lack self-esteem, lack self-confidence. They don't know how to set and hold boundaries. They don't know what self-love means. They have potentially a lot of low self-worth here, and I feel like it's almost dragging you down to this point of where like, don't have time for that energy. I don't want to do this. And if people want to learn potentially from you, because this card gives me Leo energy specifically overall, because this is something where like you in particular, like are born with natural confidence. And I feel like people want to do and say anything to just drag down your confidence here. And that's where they don't have access to your energy. It came out in reverse for the reason here. So that's what I'm reading with the energies and channeling the messages. So you're releasing, these negative individuals, these people that are kind of like wet blankets. They're telling me eat, or they're telling me like depressed here. They're telling me they don't want to actually like have the fire and the passion that you do to like emulate you, but they almost want to like have you in their life. But you're also like, I've talked to you about this multiple times. You don't get to complain without taking action with this, right? Like you don't get to complain if you're not going to move forward, and you're not going to get yourself and dig yourself out of this hole and move forward. And that's the awareness that they're lacking, right? It's their lesson here, to master, not yours, and let them, love them, leave them. Like that's the trifecta. Like you can let them do these things, you can still love them, and you can still leave these individuals, and they're not being successful with this here overall. Six of Wands in the reverse is not successful. And you see this, and let them, love them, leave them. Page of Cups, you're talking about this, communicating this, but also finding this divine creativity from that, or even creating from that and alchemizing that energy, where it's almost like these people want to bitch and complain in life but not do anything and move forward with these things. So it's just take what resonates with you with that, Leo. It's like making art from it, being inspired by it, using it and putting that energy into something. And there's your overall energy. It's going to be successful, and you're going to be so happy that you did that. Like, okay, you want to push my boundaries? I'm going to talk about healthy communication skills, and I'm going to alchemize that energy. And I'm also going to talk about how sometimes you have to cut people off and block them. The Queen of Swords here, right? Someone outs me this week for money. Well, okay, like I'm going to put that into something that can make me money here. People are complaining about things, or they're lacking awareness. Okay, I'm going to create from that, and I'm going to be successful with this, right? You have some frenemies around you, secret competition, lack of happiness for your success. Aries got this card, so you could have Aries in your chart too. So definitely check out the other readings here, but pay attention to that. And that does feel like that came up with that spread here overall. So definitely let me know what resonates. Watch the other signs in your chart, Leos, and go back to the beginning and watch the beginning of this reading, because I did pull cards on the collective during this time. So only take what resonates with you here, okay? But let me know how this is playing out for you. I'm very curious overall. Virgos, how you doing, Virgos? I miss you, okay? So some of you need to shamelessly shed caring what others think of you, and you have, because it's in the reverse. So I love that for you, Virgos, especially you are so in your head and Mercurian ruled here. And I love that you're embodying this like IDGAF energy. Let's go, baby. Yeah, you have this like fun woohoo like energy to you. I love that, Virgos. Let your hair down. Let your hair down. Okay. Someone else got this card, Scorpio. You could have it in your chart. Check out the read at the beginning. Did theirs first because it's their birthday. You're meant to shamelessly shed shame actions, behavior, communications, defensiveness, okay, or your defense mechanisms. For others of you, this is people who really are toxic and emotionally abusive or financially abusive or any of the little t trauma abusive here. Someone's watching you, by the way. You got flies. Clean them, clean your house, cleanse your home, your car, your space, your house, your place, okay? But you're being called to shamelessly let go, shed these toxic and manipulative people here. And I feel like you are here, but Spirit's saying keep doing it. Appears to be kind, but they're cruel. And that's these individuals here. So we'll clarify, see what's going on. And shamelessly shed taking on other people's problems when it only hurts you, Virgo. Yeah, so don't hold space for people's problems that are just hurting you, draining you, especially if you're kind of like this problem solver here and you want to give solutions, you want to give feedback here. And these people may not be ready for that, is what I'm hearing. And I'm also hearing they may never be ready for that. So it's almost like you want to move forward and through these energies, but it's also like you can't have people tugging on your energies either, and you giving so much where you're that, you know, maiden energy and really tending to other individuals. So I feel like that's why Spirit's asking you to do this, because if this is hurting you, you need to release it. So they're telling me like positive mental attitude. When you go to spaces and places, Virgo, Spirit's saying like, let's set the boundary and hold the container that when we see each other, let's have a positive mental attitude. No, I don't want to talk about this shithead from the past 10 years. No, I don't want us to, go back to this story over and over again. No, I don't want to talk about this toxic work situation, whatever it might be here. Hey, Barb, I love you, Virgo, baby. Mwah. So, Virgos, this is something where some people might be seeking you as a divine counsel during this time, and Spirit's warning you, don't do it. Shamelessly shed these people. It's kind of like when people go to their financial advisors and they're afraid about the economy, and their financial advisors are like, don't be afraid. You can't live your life in fear, right? And that's an easier said than done thing. But I feel like you understand that, Virgo, because you are the perfectionist of the collective, where you may also be nervous or anxious about certain fears and things. But you also are like, I'm going to work through these things. Whereas if other people are not, it's not meant for you. I'm hearing it's like, this is not the right energies here. Like I'm hearing a wet blanket here in their aura. Water. This could be a water sign around you. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So anywho, let's clarify, Virgo babies. Caring what others think of you. A lot of you are shedding this and releasing this because it came out in the reverse and you're like, cool, don't care. And I love it. What is this for Virgos? You don't care. Two of Swords. Blocking out the haters. Yeah. You're literally just saying, that's not for me. That's not my energy. Don't care if you think this about me. Don't care if you don't like what I'm doing. Don't care. Don't care. Yeah. I don't care. I love it because you're doing something you love. Congratulations. And I feel like these people don't get that. Tell me about this, like shamelessly shed, shame, actions, behaviors, communication, defenses, or these people. Yeah, Spirit's saying bye-bye, okay? And we're talking a lot about the head, the swords, the mind, the thoughts, the communications. Spirit's like, you can give it up. You can give up this sword here. You see how this person has a little baby in the boat in the spirit guide? This card specifically is moving to better spaces and places. And for some of you, this is moving away from family generational trauma or patterns here. Moving away from individuals who don't want to even see how maybe they pulled out their sword and hurt you. Right? And now it's like, nope, we're done. You can have this back. You might be giving someone their thing back or their stuff back. For others of you, you might also be moving over water or different spaces and places here because there's water in this card to go elsewhere. Some of you might shamelessly shed individuals who have a lot of shame, actions, behaviors, communication, and defensives. This is like people that are victims, people that are caregivers, but then they don't give back to themselves. People that are perfectionists, people that are inner critics, that have those inner critics, people that lack low self-esteem and then get something from you, Virgos. People, it's like the shame personalities and personas here, these gamers, these manipulative people and energies, people who are trying to come off as a victim versus a victor of their circumstances here, people who communicate and almost like are like, oh, why is nobody there for me? And you're like, I've been there for you. I cannot move forward with you. Spirit's telling you to move away from somebody here that literally have these defenses up, but they don't realize that they're being defensive or they haven't worked on their defense mechanisms in life, where I feel like you have, and you might be like, okay, I know one of my biggest defense mechanisms is repression, and I push down my feelings here, and I know that I do that, so I'm trying to be mindful of that, right? But I feel like this person doesn't have that insight to this, and that's why you outgrew them. I'm hearing, yeah, you outgrew them and you had to move away. And for some of you, this was what the best decision and choice for you or your family, or if you have kids or a baby or anything that you're birthing into existence that you don't want people's energy around. Appears to be kind, but they're cruel. Interesting. Virgos, 4 of Swords in the reverse. You are like the sign that got all these swords energies here. You're dealing with someone who is projecting their anxiety onto you. Your anxiety that you're experiencing is what Spirit's saying is like, this is not yours. This is somebody who's very restless and they're projecting this energy onto you. They're not sleeping. They could be coming to you in your dreams here. Pay attention to your dreams during this time. This person appears to be kind, but they're cruel. This person could have a white cat or a white dog here. And again, like I said, like they don't even realize how they are all up in their head here. And this is why you have to shamelessly shed them. Overall energy for taking on others' problems, but it only hurts you. I was going to say, I swear, if you get swords here. Five of Wands here. This is chaos, conflict, competition here. This could be people that maybe you thought I could build something like really, really great with them. But then I realized, wow, they're very aggressive, or wow, they've got some wounds to heal, or wow, like where did this anger come from, or this angst, or this frustration here? And I feel like you might have kind of tried to be a listening ear to help them through some changes here, but I'm hearing they don't want to change overall. They don't. They want to stay stuck. Piscean energy, that's your sibling sign here. And the Hanged Man in reverse is like staying stuck, not moving forward. It's at a standstill and it's stagnant energy. And I said something about a water sign here. So they almost need to free themselves and release themselves, but you can't take on this person's burdens here if they won't even look at themselves in the mirror. And if they won't actually take accountability, but they're just escaping, they're just running away. They're not actually being present. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune here. You have better blessings coming with better people here, but this is a cycle that you're moving through. And Pisces and Sagittarius energy was originally ruled by Jupiter. So there could be something about Jupiter in your chart, this person's chart, whatever. Take what resonates to you, but Spirit's like, we want to give you a better blessing here. And that can be wherever Jupiter is landing in your transit chart during this time. So it's very interesting, but Spirit's like, close out these cycles of thinking too much about other people and how they show up, or giving them too much mental energy and them taking rent up in your head when you don't got time for that, because Spirit's asking you to cycle through. And I feel like you know who these individuals are in your life, Virgo, okay? Three of Swords, another Swords. Yeah, you're releasing this. For some of you, this is a group of people, a third-party situation, a family here overall, but seek the divine counsel here. Taurus energy, a Hierophant, that's a spiritual counselor being, someone that you learn from, and Spirit's asking you to recognize the lessons that you learn from these people. I'm also hearing that song, Recognize the Pain in Me. Yeah. Oh, it's a bittersweet symphony, this life. Okay. So this person, it might be bittersweet, but this might be the death or the end of a relationship or a connection with you. I don't like giving those messages. I'm channeling, so only take what resonates with you. And this could be like, I can't move forward with this individual. I can't move forward with this friendship. I can't move forward with this relationship. I can't move forward with this marriage. I can't move forward with this child. I can't move forward with this boss. I can't move forward with this employer, this job, or whatever it might be. But it's a bittersweet symphony, but it has to be in order for you to get that Jupiter blessing here overall. And you're meant to get better energies, okay? Pisces got this card, so you may be inclined to watch that read in this 2-hour plus live. Holy cow, okay? If you got Pisces in your chart. I promised I wasn't going to cry today. I wore mascara on my eyes today for the first go away. So you or these other individuals have been going through these painful cycles here. It's like, yeah, your head and your heart kind of energy and that battle. And you may be inclined to watch that like music video because it's all about perception. And so it's like a pump up song, but it shows like half the screen of the guy feeling depressed and down and low vibrational energy. And then the other half, the guy being like, yeah, let's go. And it's by Corey something, My Head and My Heart. And it goes like, bump, ba-dum, bump, 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 ba-dum. And it's like, oh my God, can't believe what I've become. Oh, I need to look up these lyrics because this is good for you. Head and My Heart, Corey. So it's Joel Corey with MNEK, Head and My Heart, lyrics, because the next line stands out to me. Oh my God, this feeling's just begun. I'm saying things I've never said, doing things I've never done. Oh my God, Oh my God, when I see you, I should run, but I'm frozen in motion and my head tells me to stop. So you might be experiencing some trauma responses or this breakup energy or feeling kind of like, I don't know if I should be around this person, but your body is rejecting them or this individual. And so it's kind of like you're torn between this head and heart decision here. But there was another part of the lyrics that like stood out to me as well. This person could have a lot of trauma. This person could have a lot of energy, vampires, demons here. Maybe that was the part. So watch those lyrics. Let me know, or that video, and let me know what resonates with you, Virgos. Lot going on in your energy. Holy freaking cow. Y'all must be thinking, okay? Last but not least, Libras. Watch all the placements in your chart, y'all. And I still have, at the end of this, pulling cards for the collective as well, closing it up, tying it all together, seeing what's coming up, okay? What do Libras need to shamelessly shed right now? Please, Spirit. Last but not least, Libras. Okay. Interesting. I was thinking about this today. Okay. First card. Ooh, you got a long one. Maybe you're writing a lot, right? Look at how much writing is. I'm hearing the writings on the wall. Whatever that resonates for. Pay attention to graffiti on the wall, paintings on the wall, symbols on a wall, signs on a wall, certain things. There's a sign there. When seeking information for something you don't know the answer to, make sure to pay that person their rate and for giving you the cheat sheet of answers to you. You don't see a final result, but you see a final result, but you don't see the hours, months, and years of learning, studying, applying, dedication, and manifestation. No success is overnight or guaranteed. The more you spend your energy, the more you are accountable to staying disciplined to that project, you'll be here. So some of you would be starting a new project and then just like asking somebody, well, how did you do that? And it's like, if you want to pay me, I'll share that info with you, right? But this is like, if you're going to pay somebody or ask them certain questions and it took them years of certain manifestations that you want, you might hire them on as a mentor. You might hire them on as a guide, right? You might pay them for those answers specifically because that cheat sheet took years of dedication and devotion here is what I'm hearing. And also like that cheat sheet of someone giving you services for free or energy for free. It's like, do you realize like that is energy that they're also giving you here? So pay it back to them or forward is what Spirit's saying. Being in alignment is one of the hardest things you can do. Take the steps to do before chaos ensues. Ooh, ask yourself what is out of alignment for you. So you're being called to ask to shamelessly shed and really take a gear shift is what they're saying. Okay, so you're kind of like shifting gears. So you have multiple choices, multiple options here, right? It's like, are we going 4-wheel drive, all-wheel drive? Are we going neutral? Are we going regular drive? I don't know, all the different things. So maybe there's something about your car, like it can drive down the mountains, through the snow, through this or that. Maybe there's a choice on where you want to live. I don't know. But with being in alignment, this is really knowing your soul's purpose and sticking to it. What some people say, like people blow off or say, be in alignment, be in alignment, be in alignment. And it's like, that is one of the hardest things to do. So Libras, if you're feeling this, like allow yourself to really feel this and feel into the energy of what is it that I want to do, be, wish, or have? And how can I put all those choices and options out, right? Like that car metaphor with the gear shifting of just putting things into perspective for myself here and really kind of understanding where am I meant to go? What am I meant to do? But actually what feels right for you here overall. And there might be a right turn that you might need to go or a direction or maybe someplace to your right or out east. That's what's out east on a compass. So there could be something around that. So please don't brush off if you've been trying to do the work and get into alignment and really hold yourself accountable. That is not easy work here, Libra. And a lot of people could never do it. A lot of people could never do it. A lot of people know what they're meant to do in this lifetime, know their soul's purpose, and multiple purposes that they have, but they still never do it. They give themselves these excuses. They give themselves the energy of this fear here, or I would do that, but I'm too scared. And you're not doing that, Libra. So I feel like you need to shamelessly shed the shit that's distracting you, that are dead ends, that haven't worked out. It's like keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. The definition of insanity is that doing the same thing over and over and over again. You're like, oh, I want to try this. And then you try that again and you try it with another person or another thing or another project. And then it's like dead end, dead end, dead end. And so it's like, what is the not dead end path for you to actually move through? Hi, Stephanie. Thanks for being here. And then we have, okay, this came out in the reverse, saying sorry and not meaning it. So you're shamelessly shedding individuals who say sorry and they don't mean it. And they just do it like the button, right? It's like Family Feud. Oh, maybe you're having some family feuds, right? So if you've seen Family Feud, the game show, a very interesting spirit. I like this for you, Libra. And it's like, people are buzzing in and it's like a family feud. That's almost what this is. Like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And it's like, they're like, I know the answer of what to say to get Libra to forgive me, because Libra will forgive me, because Libra's all about relationships in the 7th house here, and they'll just people please me. But you're not doing that, which is very good. So you could be having some family feuds. People could also be very gamey with your energy, since I'm channeling Family Feud. Maybe you're watching that show, maybe you're around family, but very interesting energies coming through to you. And it's 111 on the clock where I'm at. You have divine protection, Libra, and you're moving away and forward into these brand new beginnings and blessings. And anybody that's trying to like fuck with your energy or feud with you, it's not going to work out. So congratulations on that. Yeah, you're shedding outdated timelines and people. This is that energy. Okay, cool. Let's shuffle. Let's clarify. Okay, Libras, some of you, I got to call it out. Spirit's saying you got some scarcity mindset and you're not paying people for the things that they're giving you. Pay them because you have so much more money coming through. Wish fulfillment, abundance, success. You are very independent. You can afford it. I want you to like put, $90 or $99 in your pocket or $100, whatever it is. 9 of Pentacles energy. Literally do this exercise. Walk around like your local, neighborhoods, communities, window shop and be like, oh, I can buy that. I can buy that. I can buy that, because you're energetically going to be aligning to this frequency here. But if you want to be able to get this 9 of Pentacles, you have to give the 9 of Pentacles, right? If you are just seeking people like a cheat sheet, you have to give this person money. I see you as very wealthy and successful and independent here. And so it's like you have to match that vibration and that energy, which for some of you, Spirit's calling you out of this alignment energy. That money will always come back. That time will not always come back, but that energy will always come back. But it is time well spent is what Spirit's saying. And you're going to be like, wow, I'm so glad I did this and I invested in that and I invested into myself in these things to get the answers I needed here. 9 of Pentacles. See you really living this luxurious life. You're moving on to like better timelines. Some of you may be writing a book and studying or, really cheersing to yourself, enjoying a glass of wine here and the fruits of your labor, the fruits of your success, and something that you build or grow or create is really going to take off into this financial blossoming and independence. So I really love that for you. Hawk spirit is around, so pay attention to that. Maybe work with that totem. If you don't know, reach out to me. And you have divine protectors around you with these blessings here. You're being very guided here overall. Some of you might be called to veil your crown chakra or protect your crown chakra here overall with the veil. Hi, Ruby. Thank you for being here. Good morning, wherever you are at tuning in. But pay attention to that, Libras, okay? So with the being in alignment is one of the hardest things to do. Take steps to do so before chaos ensues. Ask yourself, what is out of alignment for you? You almost need to say no to opportunities that are not good enough for you, for choices that don't fill up your cup, don't fill up your heart, don't fill up your space here specifically, Libras. Because 2 of Swords is blocking it out, not doing it. And I feel like you, with these 2 cards as I'm reading it, don't accept anything less than the 9 of Pentacles here, okay? In whatever way that looks for you, because You've exceeded the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is a master here. The Nine of Pentacles is you're doing it on your own. Your independence, and you deserve more than what you're getting paid for is what I'm hearing. You deserve luxury. You deserve abundance and success here. And you may almost need to channel those messages or speak those affirmations and those things into existence here overall. You're legit very stable and sturdy and solid and grounded here. You've walked a lot of different lifetimes and different paths here overall. And this is why you're also being asked to get paid to exist. You're about to get paid to exist. And I don't channel that really in my reading. So it's very beautiful. I feel like for others of you, you're also just saying no to other people who are also not in alignment with their soul's purpose or growth here with this Two of Swords in the upright here specifically overall. And this is something where energetically you're just like, I can't let these people into my energies because they're going to screw up like my mindset with the swords and maybe even my money. Yeah, got my mind on my money and my money on my mind. So you're almost blocking out people who try to manipulate that here. Saying sorry and not meaning it, the World card in the reverse, and that card came out in the reverse. You know that these people have a lot of cycles to work on, and you aren't the person to teach these individuals the lessons here. You're almost dropping them. These people are, you could help a lot of people across the world with this. However, some of these people aren't deserving. I'm hearing they're not deserving and worthy of your energy here overall because you've told them these things multiple times here specifically. The World card is representative Capricorn energy. You could have that in your chart. You could be dealing with a Capricorn here. This is also, some of you maybe haven't closed out this cycle. Maybe you need to also be mindful of, oh, sorry, because also just telling me that that's just something we always, not always, but like a lot of people will say without actually meaning it, or they don't even need to say it. And that's a people-pleasing habit and tendency. And so I feel like a lot of you are like dropping the people-pleasing, letting it go, and you're like, that's my old story. That's my old world. That's my old timeline. I don't have time for it. And you're like being almost forced to move into this new one here specifically overall with closing up a cycle. And this cycle, is going to end and close up, and there's delays, but Capricorn is the start of the new year here, okay? Shedding outdated timelines and people. Yeah, Four of Pentacles in reverse. You're meant to shed greedy people who question you too much about your money or the things that you have in your life or your tangibility or your items or things that like they want what you have. Protect any money that you have from people. So it's like the people that really are here for you, that love you, Libras, that are supporting you. It's like the people that are questioning you, release them and shed them and don't show them what you have here specifically overall when it comes to your money and your success, because some of you are going to be, like I said, this independence, this Nine of Pentacles here. And it's almost like once they see your glow up and how alignment you are, they're going to come back, and ask you for these things here overall. And they have false intentions because it's the Hermit card in the reverse. Queen of Cups, trust your psychic abilities, your intuition here. You might also know about this or like be processing this with a psychic, with an intuitive, with a mother, or in therapy, or maybe for some of you this is a mother. Queen of Cups is like a motherly figure or a wise counsel, psychic, intuitive healer here specifically. And there's this year of the snake, and you see how that squirrel's kind of watching you. I feel like someone's kind of watching you with your money here. Like it's very fixated on it and manifested with it, but you have this snake protecting you, and it's almost like someone might try to bite you, but they're going to get bit if they try to do anything or even try to take something that's not yours here. So pay attention to these hidden enemies, and they can't do it. They can't do it, Libras. Ace of Pentacles. So congratulations for that. You have a lot of brand new beginnings. You have the 10 of Pentacles, and 10-10 is showing up for you. So like closing up the major cycles here. And 7 of Wands. You're divinely protected. What did I just say? Work on your protection. Work on your rituals with that. Your energy, your spells here. Just 2 of Wands. There could be chaotic individuals in your energies or people that are trying to get you to make bad choices or decisions here overall. And there's almost like this vibe of Page of Swords. Someone's warning you about this or telling you about this. And this person is also potentially showing up very childish as a page here too. Hello, everybody in the chat. Please keep the chat to the topic here. I delete the comments up in here, okay? So please stop. Thanks. We think the universe takes people away from us for a reason, when sometimes the reason is for us to take our power back. These people can no longer play with your energy. So congratulations, Libra. You shamelessly shed relationships. And at the beginning, that was one of the downloads I got from Spirit of like, you're too good for these individuals. So you're going to align and resonate with that part of this reading here overall. But these people no longer hold power over you. These people no longer can F with you. And these people, yeah, frenemies, secret competition, they lack happiness for your success here. And I feel like you know this and you've seen this. And it's almost like they say sorry, but then they don't mean it, but they're almost coming back around to apologize because they see that they could benefit off your energy in the future. Don't let those people in, okay? Let's close this out. Final messages for Spirit says when it comes to the collective, what does everybody need to know here that aligns, resonates with this reading? The ones that seal in the intention specifically here overall, Spirit. Messages, please. Throat chakra. So speak up. Your voice needs to be louder here. The number 5 could be significant. Getting Reiki done, doing Reiki could be good for you here overall specifically. Pay attention to, like, I know it's sniffle season, colds, coughs, things of that sort here. Maybe relaxing your voice a little bit too during this time here, but speak up, practice these things, practice and speak what you want into existence. Do some mirror work, some affirmations, all these different things here, okay? We have full moon, but it's in the reverse. There might be something that could be coming up at the next full moon. Make sure you celebrate. Celebrate with people who love being around you. Celebrate your abundant wins. Show gratitude. Burn up a list that doesn't serve you and make room for the major changes here. You have psychic gifts, very beautiful. Trust your intuition. You'll be receiving many downloads and hits and intuitive messages here too. It's very interesting. We have 5, we have 50, we have 51 here. So Ascended Master 55, changes coming in, 556 here. That angel could be significant to you. Be your birth angel or an angel that you are inclined to work with during this time and channel psychically. They could be visiting you on the full moon with a message with this throat chakra coming up. Clairaudience, what did I just say? Okay. Be silent and pay attention to the messages coming in. So another 5 here. Wow. And music and words and everything. I love that because I was channeling at the beginning of this. Aura photo. Get an aura photo done to understand the energy that you are emitting during this time. That came up someone's read where it was like really dark black energy. So watch all your signs here. We're not going to take this one, but the air element did come out here. I'm going to put it back in the deck because it popped over and that wouldn't have been the top. Karma, your destiny and fated events are coming through. True, we're with you here. Okay. We have loved ones. Your passed on loved ones are safe and saying they're here with you. We have attracting better. Use the law of attraction to bring a better mindset for you here. And abundance. So if you want to claim this reading, like, subscribe, comment down below to seal in this intention or attention. Okay, whatever. But this is how you receive these energies. Prosperity, blessings, fortune, happiness, and financial freedom are on the way. Keep your vibrations high too, Shameless Squad. This has been a beautiful reading. Thank you for joining me live today. All the info for private reads are in a description box below here. Some of you still need to get some Reiki done, as I've been saying in the past. Reads for all of you to be able to clear out your chakras, your channels, doing all the things here specifically, and be open to be in receiving mode. And let me know what you're shamelessly shedding in 2025. I would love to know. I would love to cheer you on and support all of you. Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel, stay tuned for more, and check out the shorts too, because they will be consistently getting posted here as well. So I love you, Shameless Squad. Stay tuned for more. Stay shameless.